Why, hello, players.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Seems like we have audio, and I actually thought to check the scene in studio mode before popping over it, and so I didn't have to flip the cameras. They were definitely correct and required no intervention on my part whatsoever,
Believe it.
as you can
This seems
plainly see.
believable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everything I say is believable, especially during these specific streams. Friends, it's been 2 months according to my notes since we've done this.
I don't write dates on my note sheets, but it's been a hot second.
That might be a healthier approach to it, but I do have dates. Who did that? Thank you very much, Echo. I always forget to do that, and Echo always remembers. Without Echo, the whole stream would be lost. Right. So, if you remember last time, we left off on a bit of a moment. So I thought maybe we would just gently wade back into the pool rather than diving in.
I thought
Hey,
you were
kiddo.
about to say we were about to jump into the deep end.
Yeah, it's kind of deep end. So, but we'll just talk. Well, let's have. So we keep saying we're gonna do a thing where we talk about the campaign, and maybe that won't occupy a whole stream. I imagine it won't. And so why don't we, in our wading in, we'll just remind ourselves what we're doing here, what the. I'm going to lean on Ranmar a lot for this. What the to-do list the party thinks they have right now is, because I know you have a list, right? And so we can talk about each of the items in the list and maybe rank them from least to most scary and talk about like what you would do to fix them all. So I want to like basically take the pulse on each of those issues, because I know that when I did similar stuff to the AD&D group, it was a very high stress situation, and I've only thrown about half at you all, and it seems like it's a lot as I look at it. And so why don't we just talk about where we are in the campaign right now.
I also want to make sure, Moon, that our to-do lists match from the Whippets chat to whatever you probably have, because I probably haven't updated it as much as you have.
Honestly, I haven't updated my physical to-do list in a hot minute. So
Okay.
the one in the Whippets chat is probably the best.
Okay.
And I also don't know where my physical list is.
Oh, I have 4
It's somewhere in
bullet
this
points.
notebook.
One of them being space, Valley of Kings, Dash Moon. I don't know what that one is. The other ones kind of make sense.
In order to get to the hidden moon,
oh, I thought it was
you
from
need
Moonu.
something in the Valley of Kings here.
Oh.
There is an object hidden in the Valley of Kings that will activate the spelljammer that you have, basically.
Wasn't that the key, basically?
Yeah, it's basically the keys to the car.
I thought it was something to do with Moon. I thought I didn't put Moonu. I just put Moon.
On my screen, it's Dash Moon a line down, and I thought that too. Oopsie. Yeah, we what was this? Was it Shill Office? No, it was just the mummy.
Yeah, the mummy.
Sul Eid? No.
Ramon Sul Eid, I think. Yeah, Eid was the demon that was destroyed.
Yeah. So
because he ate him.
Yeah, we got the information out of his noggin.
By shenanigans. Yeah.
I'm really glad it worked, because I didn't know what else we were going to do.
Neither did I. I was excited I had the idea, because he would have been pretty fucked if you let him go. I was like, what are you going to do? So. I mean, but by doing that, you actually unlocked something. Like you have like, if there's arcs in the Hollice storyline, and that's, if not the last one, like the second to last one, basically. Depending on how you play it, it could be the last arc, but it's not a good idea to embark on the last arc right now. That'd be like, right after you start controlling Commander Shepard in Mass Effect 2, you leap right to the final mission with what you got. You might pull it off. You might, but
technically a win.
Technically, you win.
Maybe.
That's right.
Technically,
You could do it.
Ugh.
I wouldn't recommend it here. Yeah, it's a little bit Mass Effect inspired in that it's not. I mean, we have the ability to be a lot more flexible because D&D we can all improvise together and fill in gaps that Mass Effect just could not because it had to have a finite script. But you definitely want to chase down what amounts to the side quests of as many characters as you can before you close the curtains on the game to set them all on the success path. You've done pretty well. You have wrapped a few of them already, so more or less.
I feel like we haven't, but okay.
Dordan is sorted out. Who else have we got? You definitely the 2 ghosts sorted out, right? Like the initial campaign ghost, not the Shillian ghost.
Okay.
None of the Shillian ghosts are sorted.
I was like,
Shill Ibane is sorted. He's all set.
That was the ruler of the floating city that I can't think of the name of, right?
The one that charged you with passing $1 between 2 ancient Shillian wizards and kicking a third in the nuts.
Yes.
Right. That's the one.
Who? Let me think. I don't remember who owes what $1, but I know who to kick. So
Zot owes Ibane $1, and Ibane owes Pern $1. You don't really know what the context was, but
oh, yeah, I don't remember that much detail.
he didn't give much
Honestly.
detail.
I need to go
He
back
basically
and
said,
listen to the.
Go collect the $1, pass the $1 on. It's a fun scene. I like to revisit it. It's nice.
I need to watch everything again because I forget in our accidental hiatuses. I forget things.
I mean, the hiatuses are pretty real towards normal Dungeons and Dragons. Sometimes there'd be like massive gaps getting everyone together. I have
Right.
larger parties too.
They're totally normal, but my brain takes that as okay, time to dump all this information.
yeah.
Which is not fair to me.
You're so right, though. How dare our brains do that? Do us so dirty. Maybe just retain things, actually.
That's why the review stuff really helps, right? What else do we know? Let's go over your to-do list. It's also, I would like to suggest gently, as your dungeon master, while it could be really fun to feel like you got a one-up on me by surprising me, I can actually do more to help you if you tell me more stuff about the way you see things and what you think you're trying to do. So if you really feel lost, just say, here are the things we're going to fix, we think. And then I can either tell you, oh my God, don't do that, you'll die, or you're so close, or yes, you're right. Like those are helpful things to do. I could do for you. So
I know we wanted to go talk to the Snow Witch, the inevitable of time or something. I forget what the factual name is.
Core root, don't worry. Ramar knows.
Quarroot. That one. Oh, Quinn wrote it in the chat. That's my bad. Oopsie.
That's okay.
Okay. And we have to figure out how to tell the Dwarven Kingdom what's up.
Yeah.
We have to
About the floating city.
Yeah, we have to touch base with everybody to make sure that they'll be willing to come help us when an army arrives in T-minus X number of weeks. I don't know what we're at now.
Yes, it was like 3 weeks. Said 7 best case.
Great.
You might be able to use other assets you have to find out.
I feel like we haven't talked to Yvonne in like 100 years. I feel like we should. Just like randomly thinking about it right now in this moment.
Yvonne would be a great one to talk to, honestly. Let me scoot my chair closer. I'm having to lean in. Weird. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like most of the people that we've talked to who could help us with this problem are in Hollice.
Yeah.
You mean about confronting the army?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go down the
Right.
kinds of people you could call in to help, right? Yvonne can't really help you. Night Scales of Reach, absolutely she could help, but she often has made it pretty clear she's super detached from stuff, but also she seems to like you. It might be worth a conversation, but that's the kind of thing that's like, that's the nice to have one. You feel like you could have an easy time convincing the clerics from the Reaches Temple, like the Temple of Tempest, to come help out.
Oh, right. The
They probably have a
courage
great
people.
time with it, right? Getting Tempest himself to
Mhm.
come, that's probably impossible, but why wouldn't one of his dudes come? If they seem really like you, maybe they'd make a trip. That's worth asking, right? Has anyone considered the orcs in the Reaches that you have, like, a sort of relationship with?
Oh, I haven't thought about them in a while, actually.
I
Like, we were on same
actually
team.
hadn't thought about them in a long time.
That's okay. I mean, there's a lot of information in the campaign. That's why I thought it'd be good to revisit some of this stuff.
The orcs were like enemy.
Um,
Like, we shared a similar enemy, right? Like, that's why
In the Reaches, yeah.
we were.
It was like one of the places you kind of learn that maybe like orcs are not a monolithic evil, right? There's multiple tribes of them, and the ones that are in the Iron Spine Mountains, like North of the Dwarves, the ones that sacked Caden, like they all seem to be under the control of the Empress, right?
Yeah.
And that clearly does not reach that far away, because these ones that you met seem like you could talk to them. They just seem like they didn't trust you because different species in D&D tend to attack each other, and you did have a common enemy with the ogres, and so that was kind of like they basically bailed your asses out because they saw an opportunity to kill the ogres with you there fighting with them that they couldn't do on their own.
Yeah.
And you like stayed in their camp with them and stuff.
we did. Okay. So, is this. Can we keep the magic carpet on loan to go talk to these folks?
No one's asked you to return it. Hollice, in
Fair.
a lot of ways, and every party's been this way, is a do it first, ask forgiveness later kind of an approach to.
All right.
You are not nearly the first party to be like, we're just gonna extend this loan situation and ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah.
You're the first one to break Yvonne's horses, but you're not
No, don't talk about the horses. The horses back with you, Bondi.
How was I supposed to know they could throw shit? And I couldn't simply move. This is new information.
That's valid. Yeah. That is like a classic D&D thing that giants and giant types can throw things.
Did not know. Have never seen them before.
I actually know where that comes from. It seems like a little silly because they're so huge. Why do they also need one of the nastiest ranged attacks in the monster manual?
Agreed.
It's like,
I don't know what that means.
oh,
Sure.
sort of a non sequitur aside.
Oh.
Like why giants are humongous. They have big punches, huge piles of hit points. Like their skin's basically armor. Usually in a video game, that's the last mob that would get a ranged attack. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and ogres can, and giants in general, hill giants especially, can throw boulders like baseballs at high velocity, like a professional pitcher. In addition to being huge. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, most D&D players who've been playing for a long time have all had the opportunity to learn that. But
what just happened? We just KO'd? What happened?
Just flop down.
I don't know. Ravioli was laying there and all of a sudden just thrashed once.
Oh, dreams.
I don't know why.
Not dreams?
That was very rude. Anyway.
Dreams.
Sorry. It scared me.
It scared me a little bit.
Hi, Bean.
What else is on the to-do list?
I think that was it. Or that's all we have. And then Valley of Kings.
Those are like the super pressing ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, the high priority
Yeah.
ones. But I thought we might be good to revisit, like, sort of like the whole list, if there is a whole list. You said you're missing some stuff. I know that Shilarani's implicitly on the list, right? You wanted to do something to help her, right?
I'm actually
Yeah, I want to fix the horses. I have a note. I saw it when I was opening my notebook. There's a note about fixing the horses.
Can we
I
fix
feel
the
really
horses?
bad.
Yeah, why not?
I don't. Well,
Do we know how?
I mean,
The party does not have the skill to repair magical stuff, no. But you are friends with a whole bunch of magic casters.
Would Darren?
I have a note.
It's possible.
Darren's a magic caster.
He is.
Wizard
specifically are
Aaron
the best
or
bet.
Arani.
Yep, that's what I would recommend, actually. Either of those two. I mean, Arani was literally the apprentice of one of the premier artificers. Right. So she probably knows some shit. And Darren likes to throw fireballs, but is also a pretty generally educated wizard, so he might know some stuff too, and he's easier to communicate with than dear Arani is right now.
What else did we say? The horses and I've already forgot what
Arani
we
horses going to see the
Snow Witch.
Snow Witch orcs that were
Works.
on our side or helped us with.
yeah,
stuff.
and the clerics, but I thought there was something else
I mean, just in terms of the
that
past
we
few,
had just said, and I was typing the
Arani was,
horses
did you write down
and-
Arani? That was like the,
Yeah, Arani or Darren.
to fix it, but
Right.
there was, Arani also had her own bullet for, fix the crazy ghost lady, bring her back to
Yeah.
life. That was like a to-do item on the list. In the grand scheme of things.
Okay, that's what I'm forgetting.
That was what was mentioned, yeah. In terms of possible allies, too, I mean, Dordan has a host of dwarves, and they should be pretty well equipped because they have Dragon's Forge. And they owe you a lot. They're also in town. So,
They owe us.
and this, in my opinion, why wouldn't they? Like, you saved Dordan's ass, and you saved his life, saved his forge, and handed it to him on a silver platter. So
why
yeah,
did they charge us for the volcano?
because he's Dordan. He didn't charge you. He didn't charge you the rest of it because a certain Mulavir had to talk with him. But
Okay. It's another thing on the to-do list is go into those 2 vaults.
you have 2 vaults.
So-
Oh yeah.
Still, you haven't gone
One
into.
that dropped
Mhm.
the volcano.
Hold on, let me.
Do we think those are something we should do? Hold on.
Dropped.
Do we think those are something we should do like on the way to talk to other people, or is that its own separate thing? Like, will that help us at all in this army situation?
So the underground, the vault that's in the volcano, effectively, like you haven't asked or to talk to him about it, but Ranmar would posit that it would be like at least a month for the magma to clear away from whatever it is, like for whatever it takes, because it doesn't matter how cool the magic is. There's one thing that takes way more magic than is reasonable, and that is the earth. And so, like, that's why the earth was able to break into the vault, right? Because, like, seismic activity is just too much force for basically anything else. So this, whatever this vault is, that's like, was submerged in lava, is going to take some time for the magic to like clear the magma away. And that's not going to be like, you're not getting in there in a couple of days or anything like that. That's a middle term thing for you to deal with. You know where it is, and ain't no one else can get at it, but you can't either right now. The other one is sort of like in dwarf territory, which is why you wanted to contact the dwarves. It could potentially be on the way to something thing if you decided to go there.
Do we think the dwarves would help us in this situation, or is that a too fast turnaround? That's a real quick. Nice to meet you. Please help.
I mean, let's talk about that. Remember what? So I always have to remind myself for some reason. I should just know this, right? That you are not veterans of second edition. So the political stuff that you've been trying to doing your best to skirt around because it doesn't really interest the party. That's fine. But remember the key thing here. The reason that you have 2 elf embassies here, right? For instance, is that the artifacts are powerful. No one understands them. But you 4, including Ashdale, are effectively the keys to them. Right? Like you have the ability to enter these places. You can somehow safely handle them. You are critically important in ways that most beings don't really understand. And so they can't control the artifacts. And if they can't control it, whoever can is very dangerous. And so making friends with those that can control them or controlling those that can control them benefits them. And so that's why you have all these nations very slowly angling to be connected to or control Hollice, right? Like if the Sinlay had come in without the Quellan, they would have been able to bully things. That's what Elvir was trying to explain to you, like at this point, 20 or 30 episodes ago. It was like, we want the Quellan to be our friends, right? I'm spelling all this out because the dwarves are no different. Like the dwarves under Thakmodan, once they come to understand what's happening, they're going to see you, Ranmar, as their emissary here. They'll be like, well, there's a dwarf there. They're one of ours. Obviously, they're going to represent us. And they're going to send someone really important to talk to you and expect you to listen. So, but you also have authority because you are one of these warden things that they don't understand, right? So you can't be bullied or pushed around. And you can turn it around on them. You can be like, yeah, we'll work with you if you send us a garrison. Like we need, or send us a unit. Like we have a problem. And if we lose this place, then something else will control these things you're afraid of, for instance. Right. So you can use that kind of as a negotiating position. Right. So will the dwarves be willing to help you? Yeah, potentially. You could convince them to do that. You could probably use that exact line on a lot of other people too. In some cases, like there are peoples who would absolutely help you and they just can't make it. Like you might convince like anyone for like Ursul, wow, my God, words, Ursul, right? Like the barbarian culture in the very far north, they're fighting a war on 2 fronts and they're very far away, but they're also very nice and love fighting. So if they weren't in trouble, they'd probably send people to help too. So like there's, you already have Sinlay, elves there, you have the Quellan, you do have people on site who will absolutely help you, right? Like, this isn't going to surprise anybody, but maybe it will. It's really fun. I don't want to spoil too many surprises, but Trillia's not going anywhere. She gets to stay there, and she's pretty handy in a fight. So you do have, and Sela lives there. You haven't seen him in a fight, but he's a really old elf prince, and he has a whole number of sentinels there. And while Sulian messed sentinels up, he's like an ancient wizard, right? And so and there were several of them there, and they got the drop on him. In this case, you'll know the army's coming. That's a different story. Like the Sentinels will be a force to be reckoned with. So,
okay.
Is that helping you feel a little bit more capable? Also, Ashdale and Esmeralda have been drilling the town guard, right? And so you have some 30-something able-bodied adults who have been trained by 2 of the most capable combatants in the settlement for, at this point, 2 months? Which is not a lot, but it's way better than nothing, right? And so they know how to form a line. They know how to use spears. They're way better aim with their bows. They have good equipment because you went down into the first vault and came up with a whole bunch of really great chainmail that you passed off to them, right? Like they have good armor and stuff that you just looted from the vault for them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we got the blacksmiths.
The blacksmiths are geared up too, and so they have really good. You didn't bring spears out, but their spearheads are way better, way stronger. The maintenance on their stuff is better. Yeah, there's a lot of little tiny bonuses that weave out that you've already earned for them. That's true.
Okay. So
I missed a few of them, but I'm putting them in alliance list as well.
That's helpful.
in the weapons chat.
Where are you? Oh, I see. Good. Okay.
I mean, maybe it'll help you feel more comfortable to name things that you've been thinking about the entire time, right? I mean, Ashdale was a fallen paladin and has yet to like embrace her full power again.
True.
Rachel's a badass and really angry when it comes down to protecting the town. She's an asset. She'll really help. Æja is especially skilled. There's no reason to think her sister is that different. Her sister's son is committed to this place as Æja is, but Æja will absolutely stand to defend her home. Right? She sees this as her home.
Did we talk about how Tag wouldn't be a good like
Tag is not a
fighter?
fighter.
Yeah.
Tag is Tag is a healer.
That a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Could Tag heal? Would he still be useful in a healing sense for battles?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, as a support caster.
Because I can't remember where we left off. If he was, I forgot the name, but the nature.
Quellen. He's a cleric of the Quellen. He's essentially Rydia is powering him.
I think Moon, you're talking about the one that's with him, right? The Súné?
Myralyn.
Myralyn.
Yeah, the Súnéan cleric. She's also a support caster. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if Tag was still a Sinlay. Already forgot the name you just said.
Quellen / Rydia.
Rydia.
Mm-hmm.
Or if
he had shifted yet.
Moved to, okay.
Yep. You haven't followed up with him on that yet, but that's totally a thing you could ask him. He would talk to you about that. I mean, I think it's safe to assume that because they've been left to their own devices, Myralyn has absolutely been trying to convert him. That was her whole goal. It wouldn't be a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Like, Súné's fine, Quellen's fine.
Yeah, way better than the other alternative was.
I mean, since we're past it, I guess we can talk about it. He would have been an absolute badass with demon powers, but it would have changed his personality in ways I don't think he would have enjoyed. Yeah.
That butt.
I was looking forward to it. I thought it'd be interesting. Yeah, it's okay.
No.
Hey, maybe then Esper would be like, oh. No.
Wait, did we talk about Esmery's brother coming to help? Did we say that yet?
Elvir. Didn't he have to go somewhere? I don't know if he's still in town.
I don't remember.
I'll have to follow up on that.
I don't remember.
If he's around, he'll help. Yeah.
Okay.
Myralyn is not present, but her intention is to come back to you all after she syncs up with. She had to go report to the someone. She said she had to go report on what happened at the cave.
Yeah, because all the sentinels got.
Basically, the guardians of that cave are all dead, and that cave needs to be protected.
Yeah.
It's part of it's like Elvish law. It has to be covered. So she. I mean, it's important when one of the elves that really fucking hates authority is like, oh, that's bad. I have to go tell someone in authority. So.
Yeah, that was alarming. I'm still worried about Ashdale. I don't know what to do. Okay. All right.
Worried about Ashdale? What'd she do?
You said she still wasn't vibing with it. I don't know how.
She hates her boss, and I think we can all agree she's got a lot of reason to hate her boss.
That's true, but I don't know how to help. I don't know if it's possible to.
In some ways, it's about being emotionally supportive is really huge. There are certain NPCs that's all they need. I don't want to tell you who's who. Some NPCs just need validation and listening. Some of them need really strong guidance, and sometimes that's obvious.
Great,
but you're doing fine. There's you haven't left anything behind so far.
Oh, good.
Will Arani, did we mention Arani helping us with fighting? Or is Arani a little bit too... Unstable feels drastic, but like...
I think unstable is reasonable. Yeah, that's kind of the position most folks have. Like, it was even Rachel said that she's really afraid of Arani casting magic.
Yeah.
But I think everyone could... She could solo the army, right? If she was only cognizant.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like she's not as connected. She might just forget where she is and start telling people her name for like an hour.
Yeah. But if we help Arani, I don't know if we can help Arani before.
I mean, it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a specific event. So, I mean, maybe everyone's forgotten this but me. But this was over a Christmas ago. The Christmas where, I know that Echo and Munu between them have, 4 unconditional resurrects, right? Like, you still have those assets from Christmas.
Yeah, I have 2.
Yeah.
You have 2, and I'm pretty sure Echo has at least 1. But also, one of you, I think it was you, put in, I think it was a cumulative thing, but enough money came in to buy Omega and Prime Christmas the year I was employed. Thank you. I still remember that. But the one thing that hasn't come out of that is that Rachel has a breakthrough moment with Arani, and there's a very specific trigger for that to happen that I've been waiting to happen. And we're getting really close to it. And so if you keep working, then Rachel's trigger might be all it takes.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay.
In terms of helping Arani, you have time. In terms of helping Arani in time to help with the army, that's trickier. I mean, it's totally worth pursuing, but I would say don't stress about it. But if you want to stress about it, that makes it exciting and dramatic. So I'm not gonna stop.
Might be the possibility that Arani consciously could fight the whole army sounds pretty tasty for trying to help Arani as quickly as possible. It sounds pretty tasty.
I just feel so bad for Arani every time we talk to her.
That is the character design of poor Arani.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone that wouldn't feel bad for Arani. Like that's inhuman to not.
Yeah.
Right?
That's bad.
Like if you ever meet anybody that hears all about Arani and they're like, yeah, whatever, don't associate too closely with that person. I would say that's a good litmus test.
Yeah.
Hear it now, chat. If you want to be like, should I date this person? Talk to them about Chill Arani and see how they respond to Chill. There's your screen.
So there's this D&D campaign.
If they're like, oh my, I mean, if they're out at that moment, great, you filtered them. That was good. But get it all the way in there. There are definitely D&D players who would not be.
Oh yeah, some are horrible. Ow. Okay. I feel like I have a little bit of a better grasp on what to do. I don't know where to start, but what to do, I have a better grasp on.
There we go.
Do we know where Arani is? When's the last time we talked to Arani? Is she just still wandering?
Arani haunts the river and technically boards with Rachel. Rachel is very effective at finding Arani because when Arani fades from view, she's in the ethereal plane. And Rachel spends a lot of time in the ethereal plane. That's how she moves quickly. When she vanishes, most of the time that's the plane she's on because it's adjacent. It's very easy to shift to. And then she can move 10 times as fast there. I forget what ethereal jaunt is nowadays, but it's crazy how much faster you can move there.
Okay.
In second edition, you could use it to shift there and go really quickly somewhere. It was a mode of fast travel, and she still gets to use that. I don't think you have ethereal jaunt in 5th anymore, but she does. So yeah, she can find Arani quickly, relatively quickly.
There's some spell that lets you go. Oh no, what is it? Well, there are spells that kind of do that, but I don't think they're called ethereal jaunt. Why is this bright? I'm angry. That's not what it's supposed to be. That's better. Okay.
I like jaunt.
I realized I didn't worry up.
Jaunt's a good word.
Jaunt.
It's like you're going for a jaunt.
Hold on.
Don't move.
Right.
Just flashbanged. No mood. My monitor is always too bright too.
Blink, maybe? That might be what I'm thinking about.
Blink makes you literally blink in and out. It adds a defensive bonus to you. You're harder to hit because you're there and you're not randomly flickering over the place.
Yeah.
How about that? That's not so scary. Look at all that stuff.
We got a lot of stuff.
We There's definitely stuff to do.
I mean, things we didn't mention, which we don't have to worry about because they're like more endgame stuff, right? But like, there's that staff, wherever that is. It seems like that's like hyper important. What to do with the artifacts themselves.
Staff.
The staff of the shill.
Oh.
The thing that Zot used to do most of his craziest shit. It's somewhere out there.
We need to find the staff.
You want to find that before anyone else finds it, for sure.
Oh, I want to put that on the list.
You wouldn't want that falling into like Sulian's hands, for instance.
Yeah.
Or the Empress. The Empress really, really wants it. The Empress also should be on the to-do list.
Is Empress Snow Witch?
The Empress is Æja's mom.
Æja's mom. Okay.
What was left of the nature goddess who got ripped to shreds.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Alona.
Yeah. Alona. That's right. She
Nice work.
became god of... No, not of chaos.
She's trying very hard to become the goddess of chaos. But the god of chaos released himself from a gem and was a big shit to you all and wandered off somewhere.
So two god and goddess of chaos.
Right.
Oh.
So they're on the to-do list, and I would say in a loose sense, asterisk those two.
Okay.
Bean, what do you want?
Can there be two gods of the same thing? Or two?
I mean, maybe. Sometimes there are, yeah.
Okay. Staff.
They either cordon off their respective regions or they come to blows.
Isn't that kind of what's going on with nature? There are two.
There are three gods of nature. You have not met or heard of the third one. You literally met one of them, and the other one is the goddess that replaced Alona and is the Sinlayan goddess of nature that handles most wildlife and fauna and plants that you encounter outside of the Quellan. But there is some interchange because obviously the clerics of the Quellan can use their powers outside of the Quellan.
Yeah.
And so like they must have a working relationship of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Bean, what do you want?
Okay. Our to-do list got doubled.
You did it. That's like
So
that's mostly the important stuff. There's like little things here and there that pop up, but the critical stuff's on the list. So, congratulations.
Yay.
and then we have I put alliances between fighters and healers. I don't know if there's another category that we should look into, but that seems like the big two.
Fighters and healers. Oh, you're sort of marking off the allies.
Yeah.
Got it. Valen's one more thing that maybe should be on the list because she's a sleeper. I mean, we don't know what that is. And someone said she looks like the goddess of magic, which
What?
someone threw that in her lap when you were like, because you brought her into the interrogation chamber, and while some ancient, I don't remember what asshole it was, but was like, called her out on looking like the goddess.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was either, honestly.
She was in the
You have
gym interrogations with us, right?
Whole word.
Okay. So it was between gym interrogations and leaving the cave. Where did she go?
Valen is with you right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's awkward, and her relationship with the party is weird because Esmeralda hates her guts, ? Like, it's been unclear, and that's like part of that construction, I think. But also, she was basically ordered to stay with you, which is, I would say, unfair, honestly.
Wait, who ordered her?
Myralyn and Ashdale were like, she's coming with us. Oh, it wasn't Ashdale, it was Myralyn said she's coming with us, and Seal was like, so be it. And that was it. That was all it took. Was the prince saying that's how it'll be, and now Valen has no choice.
Aww. Does she want to be?
Sucks.
Does she want to be? Like, she has no choice, but does she?
She has no choice.
Okay.
And that's how she answered. I appreciate that you want to know what her wants are. You might be the first person who asked that question.
Oh.
I thought it was super clear
Sorry,
that
bonking
she
my
does
phone.
not want to be here.
Myralyn and Ashdale have been pretty supportive of her.
Yeah.
They're doing their best there. Myralyn also a crazy loose cannon who, I mean, everyone understands. I don't know if you've surfaced this, but Finnegan is very aware after reading a lot of minds that Myralyn feels that she's the reason somehow
Yeah.
that Fallen and Esmeralda didn't work out, and she thinks she's the reason her sister's unhappy, and she's carrying that constantly along with her like loose
No.
cannon nature.
Do we know why she like? Is there any tangible like why she feels that way?
Her mom sucks.
But she doesn't suck. Her mom sucks. Ugh. That sucks. Okay.
And now we're caught up. We did it.
Did we? Did we win?
Not yet, but we're going to.
Only one party has ever won
to.
Hollice.
Well, soon to be
Right.
two.
They did it with a shenanigan too. I was very proud of them.
Ugh. I'm scared.
But you're all going to do it the right way, I know.
Yeah.
Not only because they closed off that shenanigan loop, but also because
Oh no.
you can do this.
Have we passed the loop?
I believe in you. No, you haven't passed the loop.
Ah.
Leave it
Take a
open.
note, take a
We need
note,
a
take
little
a note.
shenanigan loop.
I mean, you'll be really happy once you get to the Valley of Kings and are not killed by it. And that's where the shenanigan loop was. You'll know when you see it. You'll be like, oh, could this do this thing? And the answer is going to be no. But at the time, it
Aw.
could. And it was very, very funny. Well,
You just got to come up with a new shenanigan.
I'm confident in the party's abilities. The ad's going to start in 12 minutes, and so we can get it out of the way now and then shake the jitters out, and then we can resume the tense scene. I guess we can like see if we all remember how this works.
Yeah.
And then if we start right now, we'll have to interrupt for the break. So I'm just going to do it right now. Friends,
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
it's 3 minutes. I hate it, but much like Valen, I don't have a choice. And Twitch never asks me what I want. So
They should.
I'm going to have to just hit the button. And then you won't miss anything interesting. I mean, I can't control these three, obviously, but the campaign will not move forward for 3 minutes. We'll see you. We'll see you. We'll see you.
I'm gonna go get more tea and disturb this poor kitty who just snuggled into my arms.
I also possibly might make a little tea.
Tea's good. Let's go.
Yeah. My
3
brain,
minutes.
My brain is trying to kick into gear.
The counter. You gotta hammer some water down. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, that's good. I need to refill my water too. That's a good idea.
And it's just for Angie and me. Oh no.
And Mirabelle.
Mirabelle, you want to play D&D?
There
are a lot of-
want Mirabelle to play D&D.
There are quite a few cats in Hollice. I'd say at least 1 in 4 homes has at least a cat or two, because like they're really convenient for eating vermin. This is why we had them.
Chaos cats.
And there's like the chaos cats are the brewers. I mean, there have to be more lesbians in Hollice proper with 300 or 400, was it 150 citizens, 200 citizens, than 2. But like the token lesbian couple are the brewers. They make the beer. And they have like 7 cats.
That's amazing. They should.
And
I was
they're
gonna
chaos
say,
cats.
Several of them are, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Mirabelle could be one of those.
There
Are
we go.
any of them polymorph? Can anybody like just be a cat with polymorph forever and just live?
I don't think anyone would actually enjoy that. I know it sounds fun, but it actually would suck to be a
That's
cat
fair.
forever. That is a horrible punishment to be a human. Can it's fine to a cat? How is it that?
Did we forget
I'll actually be
Hocus
right.
Pocus?
I'll be right back.
Oh my God! What a great salient example.
Wait, Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, the Hocus Pocus movie.
I've never seen Hocus Pocus.
That's worth going back to.
Oh,
That's worth going back to. Let's not spoil it. That's your homework for this weekend, Quinn, is to
Okay.
watch Hocus Pocus.
I've never. I know.
Like the OG, the very first one. They didn't remake. They made a sequel to it, right, or something like that.
I saw that there
yeah,
was a
Hocus
sequel
Pocus
that
2
came out.
was actually pretty good.
Was
Oh,
it fun?
really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Aw.
It was a nice follow up. I didn't feel like it was unwanted.
Did they
It was
have?
fun.
Okay.
Did they have the 3
I wanna
originals?
More water.
It did.
Oh, that's
It
fun.
did.
You want to know something really, really fun?
Ooh.
Well, it's during the ad break, so if you're subbed, you get to hear the secret no one else does. the chubby witch is my stepfather's cousin, which is a pretty fun connection to have. Yeah,
Really?
she sent like he never spoke to extended family, but my sister she loved the movie, and my stepfather walked in and her watching it one time and was like, "Oh, neat," and he called his cousin and said, "You still doing that acting stuff?" She's like, "Of course I am. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Could you send me an autographed photo of yourself for my stepdaughter?" She's like, "Oh, that's cute, sure." And so she's got like this massive fucking signed, like personalized thing from that actress.
That's so cool.
It's pretty neat, right? It's pretty neat. Yeah. My late stepfather,
Yeah.
rest his soul. He was a really chill dude. Welcome back, everybody.
That's
Quinn's making some tea.
tea.
Thank you, Chris. I couldn't think of her name. That's her acting name, I think. I do know her actual last name, which, of course, I will not utter on the stream. That's not fair to her or anyone else. Oof,
Yeah, they had the 3 original witches, and right now I can't remember because I watched it when it came out, and I haven't watched it again. I didn't have time this last Halloween. I can't think of any other originals off the top of my head, but there might have been. But it was a really fun one.
That's all I can ask for a sequel these days. Like if they're going to do nostalgia, they better really hit the nostalgia button, like smack the hell out of it.
Yeah,
That's what we want.
I felt the nostalgia was hit. It was nice.
Oh, that's good. For Hocus Pocus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I feel like a lot of things have been trying to do nostalgia lately and then just like royally fucking it up. So it's good to hear of a positive experience with nostalgia.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Do recommend.
Excitement. I'm gonna watch Hocus Pocus. I already want it to be fall, so I need a little bit of fall
Hocus
magic.
Pocus is one of my favorite movies, period. And it like one of the Halloween ones. Like I need to watch it every year.
Yeah, I'm like
It's
that
so
with Halloween Town. I watch it routinely, all of them.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Do you not know Halloween Town?
Let's bring our focus into it. It's not Halloween in Hollice. It's like it's not near. It's actually a couple of months away. Flame Roll July.
Okay.
It's July. So. I mean, I didn't, for the first time in a long time, I didn't also watch the last episode last time, but I distinctly remember like that final moment when Ílijana more or less blurted out a thing she'd been like storing for who knows how long.
Yeah, that happened.
Something to the effect of, "I don't know you, I love you, Mom wants to kill us." Or is going to kill us, basically. So the party, the 3 of you, plus Ashdale, plus Fallen, and Denriel.
I don't remember. Can you? I'm sorry.
Sure.
It's been a minute. Can you remind me who that is?
Denriel looks a little bit like a younger Kithriel. Now his
Denriel. Oh, the one who was in the gym.
Right.
Okay.
He's done something, so he's not like charcoal skinned like the shades are. Even though that's basically what happened to his skin, he looks sort of like a Sinlian elf. But
okay.
Yeah, he's a dead ringer for Kithriel now that he just looks like a younger Kithriel. I mean, Kithriel looks ageless and it's hard to pin anything on, but that's what you get when you look at Denriel, younger Kithriel.
10,000-mile stare kind of dates Kithriel a little bit.
Yeah, that could be that. Yeah, Denriel can connect with you and look in your eyes. Also seems a little bit flustered that more stuff has not been accomplished or prepared for his ultimate release.
Wait, he's fussy at us?
Not you.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember he was grumpy that Kithriel didn't even tell us about him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because to Kithriel, it was so obvious that there was someone with knowledge locked in a gym that they didn't tell us.
He thought you would recognize Kithriel's brother. and that would be sufficient. But it was not sufficient. There was not a lot of trust, and there was a lot of fear. As our last aside tonight, this is like I'm so sorry to derail us one more time, but Lost brought to my attention a meme on TikTok right now where people are going around saying the trend is, would 100 dudes without weapons be able to take a single silverback gorilla in a fight? And the first thing I thought was, well, no, because they would all get psyched out and would be afraid and run. And so I started asking the question, well, are they trained and ready for this, or are they just like a random 100 dudes? Because random 100 dudes, they're just going to get fucking smited. And so the first thing is psyching them out is scary. And that's why I'm bringing it up, because like you were all psyched out. Like you were not prepared for that encounter at all. And if Kithriel had told you, you can trust my brother, and had also done more to establish that you can trust Kithriel, that's what Denriel expected. Instead, you treated Denriel like a caged silverback gorilla, which, by the way, the answer to the question I posed is no. A silverback gorilla's single strike could exert about 25 to 2,700 pounds of force. Like, he would be eviscerating people, swinging his fists before his mouth was involved, and he was chopping their faces off, like clean off. Like, it's like hippo-level strength bites. So don't pick a fight with a silverback gorilla. No matter how many white dudes you have at your back, you're not going to win that fight. So.
That's so funny.
Good talk.
I don't understand how Denriel related to that. I didn't put that one together at all.
It was the being psyched out versus not. But
It was the gorilla we all have in us.
everyone's got a silverback gorilla inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just waiting to emerge.
I don't
That's
think
not.
that's true. Okay.
Let's not dwell on it. Well, Æja and Ílijana are 1,000 miles staring at each other. They've never looked more like their father in all the time you've known them until this moment when all emotion is gone from their faces and they're just looking at each other unsure how to respond.
What if we moved this inside and take it one step at a time? Oh no.
Yeah, inside sounds much better than outside.
Ashtel will very, very casually, slowly make your way to the door. Just open the door without entering the house. Motion.
I feel like I've done something wrong.
No, she's trying to help you. She opened the door. You said, let's go inside. So you're standing outside your house. She opens the door.
With Æja and I forgot sister's name again.
Ílijana.
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 Can we just like scooch them? Are they scooching? Are we going inside?
They are not moving.
Can I maybe make a pretty good persuasion to why we should all go inside and not do
Sure.
this out here?
We can use some dice. I think that seems like a reasonable thing to try.
I can dice. We haven't diced in a while.
Yes. It's been a while.
Wait, did they just meet each other for the first time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about that a little bit. It's fine. I've made my choices. I'll follow through.
We had grand plans of doing this
Not great. That's not
in
good.
a better location.
Oh, actually, that's not. I got a 16 for persuasion.
Okay.
I rolled real low, but I am proficient and have big stonking persuasion.
Oh, you're saying you did not roll really well.
No, I did not roll well, but my...
Does Ashdale and I count as the help?
Yeah, we can. That's advantage in this edition, right? You can roll again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5. That's good.
But still got a 16.
My persuasion is 11.
That's incredible.
It's so high. It's stonkingly
That's why we're
high.
constantly like, Bard.
I got a 28 on the second one.
Okay, that's more what we expect. We've all learned to expect that.
Yeah, 28. I got nothing more than just we should do this inside. This is an inside time situation, not outside time.
I was gonna look at you for a minute and sort of nod, and then look back at her sister and look her sister up and down for a moment. They both look so similar. Like, with the hair color is the only difference. They have exactly the same musculature, stance, the way they carry themselves. Æja says to her sister, "You must have been through so much. I feel like it's unfair how, I mean, I've had it kind of easy. That's just coincidence." Ílijana says, "It's not your fault. We have the hands we were dealt, but now they're the same." Æja nods a little bit more firmly, and she will make her way into the house, and Ílijana will sort of less certainly follow.
Can I make a little tea or something? Like,
You can make tea.
something calm to have a shared
You can make
little
tea.
tea, little snacks. Let's all be. This is stressful times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah, the
Start
nicest,
immediately hosting.
coziest place in the whole town.
Ow. Don't laugh.
I love it. It's so good.
That was after I put it in dark mode and I clicked over to check something and it flashed white for no reason. It's in dark mode.
Frustrating. Frustrating that dark mode still makes it that bright.
Anyway, everything's
Um,
fine. It is what I thought. Check successful.
You are inside.
I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna prepare a little hosting. Oh, I forgot the tea, but I'm preparing hosting stuff, so this checks out.
They sit on
Oh, so you're making tea inception.
Inception. There's two couches. There's like a number of chairs and stuff in like the little sitting room area you have. And there's two couches, and they sort of like sit across the coffee table from one another, and they each sit on opposite couches.
I return with tea in real life and in the game.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's just theatrics.
I don't even know where to be in this scenario.
I'm just gonna sit on the floor with my tea. I'm just chilling. I also don't know how to start this, so I'm just gonna say I don't know how to start this and sit awkwardly sipping my tea, as a good bard does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've just taken the awkward indoors.
Yeah,
All right,
better I'd say.
Rachel will whoosh into view just out of nowhere, kind of like gently and sit down. Hello.
This happens. I say to the sister, "This is fine."
Ílijana had a hand on a weapon all of a sudden. She didn't get up or anything, but her hand was ready. She's sort of like eases off a little bit, and she sees she's seen Rachel around, but doesn't really know her. I think if it's time for feelings times and emotional labor, I would like to offer my services, Rachel says, because, well, I mean, I've just wanted you all to be more open. She shoots a look at Esmeralda so much, and I just think being open with your feelings, shoots a look at Fallon, is definitely the way to go forward, and you can take some really good hints from. I mean, look at how successful Raymar and Ashdale are being, because they talk about feelings and they do things with feelings, and it's pretty great. And I think that everyone should just follow in suit.
I'm doing pretty solid for feeling.
This feels like a ham-fisted analogy because obviously you're sisters, and that was not what I was going for. But I think
Yeah, different vibes.
just old. Well, I mean, there's.
Different but similar. Different but similar.
Look, I never said I was good at this. I'm just motivated.
That's all that matters.
I feel like you're doing better than us.
What's the vibe? Can I get a vibe check?
Æja is uncertain, but she's steadily warming up. She recovers very quickly.
Good.
Ílijana seems like she is deeply deeply, deeply traumatized,
Oh, that's
and
my
it's going to take a lot more to sort of like convince her that things are ever going to be okay.
That one was my fear.
She basically grew up as a child soldier in a really shitty situation, and Æja is a seamstress. Married her childhood sweetheart, moved to a really fun, nice town. Things are really fucked up here, but until she got to Hollice, things were pretty even keel. Ílijana has never experienced even keel.
Aw. I feel like... No, never mind. I was going to suggest, I feel like going and to the tavern is a way to maybe help loosen things up, but maybe not the most useful right now.
Yeah, maybe not immediately.
Maybe not immediately is my thought.
I mean,
Um,
Æja says, all things being equal, I could go for a drink. Me too, Ílijana says.
Ooh, okay. Don't tell me.
Rachel says, I don't know that, doing that right now is... Oh, fuck it. She says she gets up and starts making her way outside.
Is Rachel going to get a drink with us?
Æja claps. I can't do that really, Rachel says, not unless they have that like elf stuff.
What else stuff? I want her to be able to drink with us.
The stuff they had at the party, remember?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I do remember.
Besides, the last time I got shit-faced, I broke a door. So
That's so badass, though.
maybe it's just nice to see you all relaxed, and it could be.
Fair. But also, to the tavern we go, question mark? An actual question mark to my companions.
Oh, a voice says from the back of the house. Ílijana looks
This is also probably
dumbfounded, like she wants to reach for her weapon but doesn't know what to do as Jacoby steps forward.
Aw.
Jacoby,
I was gonna
the
say Jacoby.
oversized blue orc, question mark,
Also a
lumbering
friend.
in with
Yeah,
several books
also
under his
fine.
arms. This actually explains those drawings, he says. That's amazing. Like, I spent so much time.
Aw.
Arani will be so pleased that's why there's two of your face in the book, Æja. Yep.
I'm
Æja
so
says,
obsessed with this.
two? Ílijana says. Yeah, there's like I mean, we're in it for a penny and a pound, right? There's a book
Whips it out.
with... Oh my God, okay. So out comes the insane book that floats and
In for a penny,
immediately
in for a pound.
opens up to the page with the two of them on it. And now the subtlest differences in the facial expressions and the hair array make sense. It is each of them. And then the page flips to a third Æja face with some kind of a circlet and a small symbol on it. And she looks older.
I was just about to ask. I can't remember if either of them know there's another one.
I do. Ílijana says, have you
Oh.
seen her? What? This is news to me that there's more of... But Ílijana nods. Ramark, give me... You know how I always make you make really unfair knowledge checks, right? This is one of those.
I was gonna ask, is this for the necklace? Because I want to try to figure out what that is.
Circle it, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, circlet. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
You got the
All right.
you got the important part.
Can I guidance myself?
Can I
You
give
sure?
Bardic inspo?
Sure. No.
No bardic.
I mean, how's he going to start singing right now in the middle of?
I can. What if I spin my little cup on my hands?
Bards
What if I'm?
can be spontaneous.
I'm a spontaneous little bard.
It's one thing for you to like guidance yourself in the moment as a reaction
Yeah,
because you're
that's
about to
fair.
try and like have a moment of insight, but it's another
Yeah, I'm
thing
just
for
being
the most space cadet bard I've had in a campaign in decades to recognize that you're doing that, and then
Mhm.
no offense, but sorry.
That makes more sense.
trying to help.
That
Fine.
makes more sense.
What exactly am I rolling?
Knowledge, religion.
Smartness.
Religion. Okay. Okay. Come on. 12, 16, 17. 24.
Oh my God. Wow, that's much higher than I was expecting. 22 is the magic number. That is absolutely an older depiction of Súné.
Ooh. Okay.
The goddess of compassion.
Hugs and stuff. Hugs, poetry, love, being hot, getting down, caring for others, feelings.
Would
Myralyn.
Myralyn? Would Myralyn?
There's too many M names. I like M names. That's my problem. That's my bad.
That's fair.
I gotta fix it.
I feel like a lot of D&D names eventually start doing that though. Anyway, like there's a lot of
M names.
yeah, but like would she know about the third Æja if she has a thing of Súné?
Are you asking aloud? Or are you asking internally?
I'll ask aloud. I'll ask aloud.
Who's Myralyn? Æja says.
How do I explain Myralyn?
Have we not? Has Myralyn not been around in town
They
at all?
have not been in the room together since Myralyn came to town. And I have been
Really?
watching for that moment, says the DM.
Wait, really?
Not really. No.
But they haven't seen each other around town at all? What? Can we go get Myralyn?
Roll that die every other session.
Holy cow. Is Myralyn
The Súné cleric? Yeah.
the third?
No.
Oh, okay.
She looks
I just
nothing like them.
double checking, getting too deep.
Nope.
But we can't ask her.
Myralyn still has one of the sable spheres.
She sure does.
too.
She's carrying a shilling artifact around. It's a minor one, but I mean, any artifact is not minor.
We need to get it from her.
I mean, you could probably take her in a fight, just rough her up, put her up against the wall, punch her in the gut a couple times. Be like, hand it over, lady.
Never not what I want to do.
No.
No? Okay.
No, she's too sweet. I guess that's on the list.
Right. So to Æja, I guess Myralyn is a cleric who got to town.
Cleric of Súné,
I
that's
don't know
here.
At
Is
what
that
point?
lady that Tag is dating?
Yes.
Are they dating?
I'm unsure
That's
about
what
the
Or are
I-
they
that's
just
what I heard.
together all the time?
I don't think so, Rachel says, but I could try to work on that. That'd be cute.
Rachel.
Is that not what we want? Wait, what do we want?
Whatever they want. I want them both to be happy. If
The
that's
thing is,
together,
no one
great.
knows what they want. Y'all don't talk about your damn feelings. So how are they going to know? Actually, you know what? That's not fair. Tag's really good at talking about his feelings.
I say Tag's pretty good about talking about feelings.
He just opens up all the time. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Myralyn seemed kind of blunt about it when we talked to her, so
Yeah, but she's like a priestess of feelings. That's kind of unfair. She's been trained and stuff.
see, so together they'll talk to each other
Yeah, exactly.
and
All
figure
right.
out.
I guess.
We don't need to meddle, I think, is that one.
I'm not gonna stop you from meddling. But
I mean, I'm not stopping
I'm not
anybody.
stopping.
Suggesting maybe not this one.
Okay, in the interest, Rachel says, of talking about feelings, I would just like to surface that in this moment, I have complicated feelings about the word meddling. Because on the one hand, it sounds like it's just not a nice thing to do because maybe people don't want you tinkering and stuff that does not involve you. That's what meddling means. But on the other hand,
I think
I'll be back in
meddling
1
can
second. I
be
have to tuck
fun.
my kiddo in.
I think
Okay.
meddling is meddling can be bad, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah.
thank you for hearing my feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so the party is going to make your way to the tavern.
Oh yeah.
I
yes.
guess so.
Hells yeah.
Sometimes it helps me to keep up. I should have a whiteboard. Who you have right now? There's a Rachel. There's an Æja and an Ílijana. You have an Ashdale. And Jacoby will not go with you. Denriel opts not to and picks an arbitrary room to stay in.
That's fine.
Actually, he's going to crash on a
As
chair.
long as it's not mine.
Rhea, Æja, Ílijana, Ashdale. My handwriting gets worse every year that I stop writing. I just type all the time instead. Okay. You arrive at the way station. Do you want to sit at the table or the bar?
Table. We can get a cozy, more private.
Okay. The party makes your way in. You don't have any. No one really. I mean, people will like wave at the heroes as you make your way by, but no one gives you that much attention, and you very easily make your way and have a sit. Paulie brings you over basically 2 fistfuls of pulled ale and puts it on the table and smiles and goes about his job. The place is maybe at like 50% masked or so there's like there's no people in there that he's pretty busy. But he's also working the bar alone.
Oh, no tag? Okay. Is Aspen
Is it
still there?
normal?
No, Aspen's with tag probably.
Yeah. Is it normal for Tag to not work constantly? I mean, now that you mention it, Tag kind of works too hard. But he has had someone there trying to get him to think about other things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I don't mean constantly, but like I don't know what everyone's like schedule is.
Yeah.
Like
his schedule is usually to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week.
that's bad. Okay.
And he is now hanging out with maybe friends with a cleric who one of her major tenets is self-care. So he's
doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. He also has Polly now, so I guess it wouldn't be too weird to leave the bar to someone else.
I mean, there are other people that work at the way station. They have a couple of so the terms are tavern wenches and tavern weenies.
I love that so much.
Right. If they're gendered, you're either a wench or a weenie, and you can choose.
Makes me think of Weenie Hut Jr. I can't get that out of my head now.
So there are other people that work the bar that don't tend it, but they like make their way around. They bus tables and take orders and stuff.
That's
and
awesome.
Paulie pulls the drinks and generally keeps the bar itself on control. He personally brought you your drinks because you're the heroes.
Oh. See, he's okay. He's okay. He's doing okay.
Paulie's not even on the to-do list anymore, so I'm
Yeah,
happy to say that.
exactly.
We've just Paulie is sorted out. 3 party members do not dissent and thus agree. Paulie is okay.
Wait, 3 party members do not dissent?
Yeah, I mean, there was no protest from Ranmar or Resume.
Oh.
I squinted.
That's
Yeah,
I'll take a
because
squint.
it took me this long to get it, and I apologize. I did deserve the squint for that delay there.
I think a squint is a fair reaction.
I just have I have a lot of suspicion. Sometimes, most of the time, less than Finn. But I have
I was
a lot.
gonna say I like how that we balance each other. The things that I have so much anxiety with every and anything else. And then you come in with Polly and I'm like, oh yeah, we got it. We're just trading
Polly
off.
and the Roxasha.
Yeah.
These are the 2 things that you were like, yeah, they seem cool.
Listen.
I mean, I did try to convince you all as best I could. I did. I'm just a very convincing person.
The Rock Sasha I know now, but Polly, he's just a guy. He's just being a guy about things right now. I actually don't remember much about Polly's backstory.
He was in charge of 2 thieves guilds and did some really bad things over a long life and wanted a clean slate. That's the story you got from him.
Okay.
I think at some point you sussed it out with someone else too, and also it seems like your aunt Giltriana has some leverage on him, or thought she did.
Oh,
So.
yeah. Okay.
Who?
My aunt.
Giltriana?
Mm-hmm. That's
Or
the
Finnegan's aunt.
the
Oh.
halfling Duchess of the Dogs.
Got it. Okay.
Who knows what happened to
Duchess
her?
of the
Names are
Dogs.
not clicking into place yet. I got descriptions, not names.
Yeah,
No worries, you're doing great. You're doing great.
names are hard.
There are a lot of names in this campaign, so it's okay. I don't mind reminding you who names are and stuff, because what's important is the themes, and you got the themes. Ílijana will shotgun her entire beer, and then she'll draw out from her vest a very slender, small, curved, sable black dagger with very obvious runes on it. She sets it in front of herself on the table, and she like taps it twice, and the runes light a gentle purple. And then you are plunged into silence at the table. You can't hear the bar anymore. No one can hear us in here right now, she says.
Wait, who did that?
That's neat.
Ílijana
I was
did that.
literally just wishing I could hollow out a silence spell.
Ílijana has
That's perfect.
produced and used a Shillian artifact.
I was gonna say, are we not concerned about that happening
Yeah.
in public? Question mark. Is it fine? Does anybody notice that we're in a
She'll
bubble?
like take off a glove and put it over the dagger so you can't see the
Okay.
dagger anymore.
That's good. Covering our bases.
Ashiel will slide her beer over to Ílijana.
I'm sorry, I'm writing. Hold on. Or don't hold on. Carry on.
You grew up in Caden, Ílijana says. Æja nods. Yeah, really close to Anurian. In some ways, it felt like that's where we lived, but we steadily moved more and more east, get away from some of the stuff that was happening. Well, we came out here, try to really have a nice, clean slate with a good town. Since Caden was going worse and worse. Ílijana nods. You want to ask so you can ask, Ílijana says. What can you tell me about our mother? Æja says. She's sad and cruel, detached and manic. She's really obsessed with this really large, weird building under the castle. She calls it a vault. Has like really big black doors that look like that dagger. She had to rip the doors off to get in, and there was a ghost inside that tried to stop her, and she had to destroy that. And she made me watch all of it. She says, someday this will fall on my shoulders. Like, I don't understand what any of this is. In order to get the power she needed to rip the doors off, she killed like 30 people. She like can do something with their spirits. Anyway, there's something in the building that's really important, she says, and she was trying to find something to do it. And anyway,
To do what?
all I know that to do it, she needs to kill me and my sisters, Ílijana says. Because I found her journal. And right after she found out that I found out, she like locked me up. Not even saying a word to me. Because I'm just an asset. I'm just a thing that she's going to use to fuel the next thing she does. But I guess there's something special about me and her other two daughters, because she would not let me be hurt and wouldn't use me to fuel anything else. Wouldn't let me go either, and was desperately trying to find, well, you and Ophelia. Ophelia? Yeah.
Does that name ring a bell for her, or is she just clarifying that that was what she heard?
Æja looks like the name is haunting to her, but she doesn't seem to recognize it as the same. I mean, imagine you grew up 2 years with 2 other girls and you heard their names every day,
Okay.
but then you never saw them again.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're young enough to maybe have an impression and it ring a bell, but you don't remember.
There's a single crease in the cortex, but
Yeah.
nothing to connect to it.
I got it.
Where is she? No one knows. And now no one knows where, well, I am. I think Mom does know where you are. And she might think I'll come here, but at the same time, she maybe thinks I'm not stupid enough to. But she's also afraid of this place. She's afraid of Hollice, Æja says. She nods.
Why would she know where Æja is, but not where you are?
She's been tracking Æja. She didn't want to lose track of me.
Okay.
Do you know what the wardens are?
We just go, "Ooh."
I think we're sitting at a table of them. Ílijana is looking a little bit concerned at Esmeralda all of a sudden. Does that include you, Madam Elf?
Yes.
Mom is terrified of the elf warden.
Who? Sorry, I missed that. Who is?
The Empress. The,
Oh.
Ilona.
Do you know why? Like, did she say anything?
The elf warden is what kills her in the end, she says.
How does she know that?
I don't know. She's a very powerful caster. She knows a lot of stuff she shouldn't know. I think it's driven her mad. She's also very old. I don't know how old. Older than Dad, for sure. And she pauses
Do
and
we
looks
know
at
how?
Æja. How old? No.
No,
How to kill.
how she's killed.
I don't think she can be killed. That's why, I mean, if you don't know, then we don't know. Are you, forgive me for asking what might be a stupid question, but are you a god?
Not that I know of.
Valen
Esmeralda is a god.
Valen looks so uncomfortable right now. It's like a lot there for her in that.
Sorry, all I could think of was Ghostbusters. If someone asks you if you're a god,
Yeah.
you say yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
in general, that might not be a bad idea, but here, I think being honest was good. Then I don't know. She's, in general, not afraid of anything except that one concept.
Well, that's kind of a lot.
To roll it back for 1 second here, I want to circle back to this, but before I forget, did she get anything out of the vault that she ripped the doors off of, or she wasn't able to?
There were several objects in there that she brought out of there. I was a child. I don't remember, except for this one that I stole. She says, and she pats on the glove underneath. You know what's under there. But there's something in there she called the
Right.
machine. And she would march dozens and dozens of prisoners in there every day, and I would hear their screams all throughout the castle. She was trying to do something, and sometimes she succeeded. She does somehow have telepathic control of so many orcs. Like the army that marched on Caden that is attacking the Dwarven Kingdom right now. They're under her influence.
How is she? Has she always been this influential?
No.
Has she been this influential since you were as long as you can remember?
No. She was the queen, though, so some influence was there, but it seemed people were afraid of her. But this is a different kind of influence. The orcs aren't afraid of her. They love her.
I don't remember if we've had this revelation before, but is that why the orcs that attacked ye old crew were so organized and they had different clan markings or badges or something, but they were still working together?
Yeah, I
Is that
remember
why?
That means there's a limit to her influence, Ranmar would think. Range or number.
Oh, why?
If there are some orcs that she doesn't have control of and other orcs she does. Like the orcs in the Forge.
Oh,
You think so?
Yeah.
Some of them. But some of the orcs in the Forge fled and you met them in the Reaches. They didn't seem to give a shit about anything happening in the West, let alone be under influence.
Is that connection that the ones who like essentially escaped and left weren't under the control, so they could?
It might be range.
Okay.
I'm-
So what's up, Ranmar?
I don't understand which forge.
Uh,
The forge, were there orcs there?
Jurgen's Forge.
The one Jurgen?
Yeah, you fought
Were there
orcs.
orcs?
You remember?
Oh,
One of them picked you up and hit Ashtel.
right. I was, oops. Well, okay, sure, that happened. We don't have to dwell on it. But I was thinking
That's
of
my line.
I was thinking of the ones from Ranmar's A Horrible, Terrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, where everyone died.
Those
At the
orcs
very
were
beginning,
absolutely
the
under
fifth
her control, yes.
Okay,
And marching with Sulian.
right, because
Oh.
he was the one who killed Jin Mora.
Yes.
So wait, if it's plausible that it's range, I must have missed. Where is she? Like, where does she?
She operates out of Stalthus, which is the country
Stalthus.
north of Caden.
Is Stalthus the place we're not supposed to go? That's the bad place.
Yeah, it's fantasy North Korea.
Oh, okay.
And she is fantasy Kim Jong-un, basically.
Oh.
But imagine if Kim Jong-un was not unattractive, not a dink, and extremely attractive and smart and powerful.
Oh, okay.
So everything Kim Jong-il wishes he was,
Okay.
which is not a bad design for a bad guy, to be honest.
So what's in the circle of Stalthus? Like, what's the closest to?
How about we load the map? We have a map.
Yeah, can we have the map?
I
Yeah.
think I can still do that. In Days of Yore, we had a fantasy map, which is in the Hollice folder, H Hollice. And then the map, not that one, that's the zoom in. Is this the most updated one? Yeah. 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 Okay, hang on, everyone that can't see what Quinn can see right now. He's getting a spoiler. Let's do this, and then which button? I have a button for this. This. And then this.
Aha.
Yeah.
What are these? This is zoom in. That's fine.
Yeah.
Now you can all see, right? How's that? So here's Stalthus right here.
Okay.
Caden, the campaign started here,
Yeah.
right? This is the town you met in Nolandon.
Oh.
Now, all of this, who knows what happened to it? It sounds like this is all completely under orc control, and they've sacked the capital, right? Like, orcs control this, ergo, does Stalthus control that? Maybe.
Yeah.
And Nurian, you have no idea what state they're in right now. I mean, any normal nation would be in a panic, but they're very powerful. They just tend to be very insular. Go ahead.
Admittedly, I got a little jumbled. Stalthus is the one with evil empress, former goddess mom.
Exactly right. That's right.
Okay.
So she rules in here.
Got it.
This up here is a glacier.
We haven't really talked much about that, have we?
No, there's not been a reason to. Can I even pronounce it? I've had to say this in years. Fristufadma, the icy veil. This is the glacier. And here at the foot of the glacier, this is where her domain is. This castle's just for show. Like, no one knows where her actual stronghold is, the capital. Like, the mages can't map out the interior. They don't know. But this is where she lives. And Jinmora, you would have basically, Ranmar, in the very beginning of the campaign, would have come basically from Angered Crom. This is like the capital, the capital of the Dwarven nation. And you would have come way fucking south, somewhere down here into the magical heights on Mana Haidar. This is where Jinmora's little house was, basically. And this is where you encountered those orcs, and this is where all that went down. And so the orcs were basically massing and coming down this way when they ran across you. Which does not explain why Sulian went out of his way to kill Jinmora, but does explain the orc presence.
Oh shit, we didn't know why he cared that much, did we? Or did we? I thought we did.
I think you do.
Oh, I probably do, but could I remember that knowledge? No.
So, I
like
have to remember what we
figured out.
me a
We
second.
thought we did.
I mean, I think it's reasonable at this point, but like basically, she has understanding of the ley lines, which could help the wardens figure out how to be the wardens and find stuff before he was able to find Shilarani. And he kind of already knew where she was, but couldn't get in. And he wanted to be the ones to influence things and didn't want Jinmora giving you more information than he wanted you to have. And so those are his like insane reasons for doing it. But I mean, at this point, Ranmar is smart enough and been in the Shillian shit bowl long enough to know that there was probably more going on. And maybe the Empress also was pushing dominoes over and trying to get things. And she thought, you know what, this crazy Sulian asshole, I bet you I can get him to do some of this shit for me if I just convince him this is a thing. And so, like, Jinmora maybe just suffered needlessly.
It's probably true. Okay.
They're bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we assume that
So-
if it's a range thing that she's trying to expand it or it is expanding?
That's a good question. You're not sure. I mean, the range is massive. Just think about how, like, here down here is the little, here's the Fitty.
Oh, yeah.
300 miles, 300, 600. They got 7-ish hundred miles away into the mountains, and that's when it didn't have effect on them anymore.
Okay.
So the ones we met at the forge and on the way to Tempest were outside of that range as well.
So this is So I'm giving you huge. These are huge leaps that I know Fall Down would have made, but I think it's unfair because there's been a lot of time and you're all new to the game. So I will help you get there because you're basically there. And it's been a long time. So Sulian, you remember finding a disintegrate raid tunnel dug into the forge that the orcs used to access it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the level of power that would have taken was crazy. And there was some thought that maybe it was the asshole dwarf wizard that lived there, right? His name escapes me right now. But Rachel's captor, basically. But he wouldn't have had enough power to do that. And so the other one, the only wizard you know who could have done that now would have been Sulian. Like Sulian is absolutely strong enough to have like disintegrated raid his way into the mountain to let the orcs in.
Okay.
And so if he let the orcs in, that means they were absolutely working for her. So yes, those were her orcs, but they clearly weren't because they were out of range when you met them in the mountains and they were like able to talk to you and they were reasonable.
Is Sulian
The
like
ones
a...
in the
The ones in the forge,
There you
you
go.
killed a bunch of them, but at least one of them ran. Remember?
Oh, it's been so long. Is that
He's the one that ran away.
the one that cast magic when we met him again?
Yes.
With the okay.
I think he had 2 encounters with him, and he ran away both times until the third one when you met him in the mountains, and he's like, all right, at this point, we have to work together or we'll die, so. And then you went and fought the ogres, and he declined to bring his people to fight the ogres with you because he thought you'd all die for an assault. But that's
goose.
yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the orcs. So yeah, if you're trying to understand what the limits are on her ability to control them, I mean, somewhere like a 700-mile radius of mind control is really, really, really scary, but is a limit.
Yeah. Could she give that capability to Sulian? Like, if they were working together, could she, like...
I mean, you don't know.
Okay.
But just in general, she would want control. That's what this is all about, right?
Okay.
Why
so
would she
wouldn't
hand control of her
necessarily-
army to someone else?
Yeah. Even if it was they were on the same side, it would be too much.
There's no one on her side. Only she's on her
Oh,
side.
yeah.
That's the real problem that really, really cruel people have when they're in power at the top. No one's on their side. Only they're on their side. And if you're afraid of them and under their control, then you'll work for them, but you're not really on their side.
Yeah.
You're on their side because you have no choice. And they have to make sure you have no choice. And that's the life they lead. Right. And so that's like what's happening here with her. There's no way she would like let Sulian
that.
take that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
They're bad people.
Yeah. Also, I hate to ask for a bio break,
You
but I
can bio
drank
break.
too much water.
Go.
I'm gonna go real quick.
I'll run the ad. How about that? It's 20 minutes, but we'll get it out of the way.
If we're doing ad, I'm gonna also have a bio.
Everyone go fill your water. It's 3 minutes. Nothing interesting will happen, I promise. Come on. It's a kibby.
My baby.
Yes, the elf warden deals the killing blow to the deposed goddess by throwing Mirabelle in her face.
No.
But did Mirabelle not do a hasty number on the bad guy?
As long as she comes out unscathed.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't think that I would have the capability of taking that chance.
That's fair.
That's my baby.
You have to throw someone else. Someone small.
Reginald.
You're gonna after all Reginald's been through. You're going to throw Reginald.
Don't tell Finn.
Everyone have a panic. Don't let Rammer hear either. I'll freak out.
Oh, what was that, baby? What'd you hear? It was a motorcycle. There's a motorcycle. Not for kitties.
Bad guy must be as big as a barn for Esme to hit her. Oh, no.
Aw, rude.
I didn't say that. That's someone in chat. I'm not going to name names.
That was rude.
Well,
I got better at hitting.
you did get better at hitting. It's true.
Just not that first day.
You've had a lot of epic shots. You also like absolutely fucked up the necromancer the second time you fought him.
What are you doing? She is like half on my lap and half on the arm of the chair.
Oh. That's not good.
Chaos kitty.
I want y'all to know I do have an earbud in, so you're all like, "Don't tell Grandpa."
Oh,
I'm
no.
literally still listening.
Oh.
Oh, so you heard about Reginald.
I did.
I did what I could to try and protect your sensibilities there, but it's too late. Now you know.
I'm just trying to protect Mirabelle.
For
I
being
don't want to throw her
hurled at
as a weapon.
I believe
She's too
in her.
cute for that. I mean, look at this face.
Nah,
Look
just
at that
sharpen it.
face.
Ooh,
She's too
the
cute.
little nose. Ugh.
Probably really hard to tell, but she has like the prettiest eyes. I've never
Yeah,
had it.
they look
Oh,
very
they're
orange.
So like amber. I'm surprised she tolerated that.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking
Should
about,
I
Chris?
put my?
I don't know.
I did.
Nobody said anything
Right. Nothing said
Nothing was said. Yeah.
about anything.
The nameplates were 100% correct the entire time.
I didn't know if it was just the font, but when I was looking at the map, I was like,
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Hello. I think we tangented and I forgot. We're in the bar still, or the tavern.
Oh, we are in the bar. We were so into figuring
We went on
out.
a bit of a story there.
Yeah. So wait,
We're-
what's the
yeah.
TLDR? Is it's possible it's not a number, it's more of a range thing, and it's around 700
These are just guesses. But
guesses. Yeah,
these are just
guesses.
trying to understand what's happening, what the limitations are there.
Yeah.
Just one thing to think about.
Okay.
There are limitations.
Okay.
Possibly distance.
Our limitations leaning towards distance. With
Or something.
Sulian and Empress possibly working together.
There's no possibly about
At
that. They
least
absolutely
Oh,
are.
absolutely.
Because he's like
Okay.
leading. He was leading the orcs around.
Okay, so that one's for sure. We know that we are making a pretty good guess.
Some number of
they're-
Sulians have been seen leading armies of orcs around Caden and chasing you.
multiple Sulians.
Remember, like you saw evidence
Yeah,
of and Wolf saw a Sulian wizard floating around when the orcs were sacking that town that he was in, Trellis.
Yeah, like he walked through a portal.
You also saw him across the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the kids saw him do that. So, yes, you have proof positive that Sulian work with orcs, Empress control orcs. Ergo, there is a working relationship there. Some kind of an allegiance.
Okay. How's everyone in
And-
the bar holding up? We've done a lot of. I'm assuming we're all talking about this. Did we
We're in the
side
silent
tangent?
bubble.
You're in the silent bubble.
Okay.
The dagger that.
Oh, I'm in our party, like our.
Immediate
Immediate party.
Valen's beside herself. Like she's taking too much information all at once.
Oh. Is this Is Valen? Is this still her first? This
is her first adventuring party.
No.
I mean, let's be real. It's your first adventuring party
Yeah,
too.
that's true. That's true.
Okay, so she has some unknown number of Sable artifacts and control over the machine
Yes. Oh,
and can't seem to get the machine to work.
She needs her daughters.
that was the machine that they had.
The
broken
machine is
apart.
fueled by souls. Ranmar now knows enough to basically get this now. The machine is fueled by souls. And she needs 3 very special souls that are connected to the thing to catapult herself to being a goddess.
Oh, this is the machine that generates.
Yeah,
This is the thing that
A
made
deity.
Maleki a god. That's right.
the thing that got destroyed
Oh, it's that.
Mm-hmm.
or taken
Okay.
out. Was it guarded by inevitables? Or the inevitables?
The machine was in a vault, and now it's under the control of the Empress. She said that was the very first vault that was opened. She controls it.
I didn't realize it was that. Okay. And she doesn't want to hope one of her daughters with a bunch of other people will do the trick. She's trying
Yeah.
to
She
just
wants-
throw a bunch of other people at it.
All at once.
Yeah.
Three demigods may be enough. Especially if they're her own blood.
And we don't know anything about her third daughter, Ophelia.
We don't know where Ophelia is. That's right.
Okay, we have. Oh. And they don't either. Æja and
Mm-hmm.
Ílijana.
No!
I thought you had something. I was like, tell me immediately.
I thought I did. I don't get scrying yet for a long time.
What's right?
But I will get it.
You know who has scrying, says the DM? Your friendly
Yeah,
neighborhood
but he
wizard.
might go insane.
Scrying is not, that's not insane times. That's just when he
Oh, that
when he
was
does
legend
legend lore,
lore.
which he's done so much, and we all know he's fine.
Does legend lore make your sanity dip?
No, he's fine.
He had to roll every time he casted it.
Yep, one more time. It's only like a 1 in 60, 1 in
Great.
70 chance.
Is that I was gonna say, is that concerning that he can do it so much without? We'll get
He
back
just
to him.
got lucky.
We'll get back to him.
He's so lucky. He's the luckiest boy.
So we could attempt scrying, because the more information you have about someone, the more likely a scry is to succeed, I think.
If they're not hiding from it. You remember that Æja can't be scried. She has oh god.
Oh, she can't?
There's a spell on her, right? I wrote it down, I'll find it. It'll come to me as you were. No worries.
Is old Æja, I'm trying to figure out how to... Oh, it's a creature. Fine.
For scrying.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it had to be a creature, because you couldn't scry her,
Mind blank.
but... Mind blank?
That's the spell that's on Æja that protects her from basically all scrying. All magical divination.
I'm assuming she didn't do that. If she barely knew about the fact that she could do special bow things and stuff, I don't think she would be able to do that for herself.
No, the hypothesis was that Kithriel did it.
Oh.
We don't know yet.
We need to talk to Kithriel. I don't think we've talked to Kithriel in a while since we've learned all this.
No.
I'm assuming it would be bad to bring everyone to Kithriel. I'm assuming that'd be bad times. Just show up and be like, "Hi, 2 of your daughters." By the way.
Surprise!
Yeah,
Kithriel's a little intense.
true.
I haven't seen my father in 15 years, Ílijana says.
I don't know if
That
Æja is.
recently, though?
I guess for him it might be recent. I don't know. Her. I don't know what pronoun she's using right now.
But you said it's been 15 years, but you've been with or in Stalthus.
Yes.
So Kithriel's been popping in and out?
And not for 15 years. He and my mom don't really get along right now.
Well, no, but it seems odd that 15 years ago he was there.
Wait, they
Maybe it's
don't-
not weird, but it feels weird.
No, I'm kind of with you. It feels a little weird. I was gonna say they haven't been on good terms. I just lost the train of thought of what you said about them not. Oh, they're not really talking. I was gonna say, have they talked, like within that time frame as well?
And I've been locked up, so I really don't know. But
Okay.
last I knew, he wasn't anywhere around because they're not really getting along.
Okay.
But a rift happened a very long time ago.
I would like to think it's because she locked me up and, well, maybe he doesn't approve of Mom trying to eat me and my sisters. Just a idyllic hope of a little girl who didn't really have great parents.
You definitely deserved better parents.
You had good parents, right? She looks right at Æja. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Well, I'll take that win, Ílijana says.
Aw. I'm assuming neither of y'all have met or have ever heard about the third sister.
Ílijana already mentioned Ophelia. It says no one knows where she is.
I didn't.
Early in the conversation, she had said that. So Ílijana will follow up and say that I've never met her. You
Okay.
know, I know very little
But
about
have
her.
heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was set free a lot longer ago than we were.
By y'all's mom?
Mom set one of us free. Kithriel set the other two of us free. And tried to hide us. Only succeeded with one of us. So tried to get us away, free us. Yeah.
I find it, I'm just like, not that it's her doing or her fault, but I find it odd that the mom would set one free, set any of them free.
Wait, Kithriel freed Æja and Ophelia to try to hide them.
Æja and Ílijana. Ophelia was freed first. It's not clear why she was set free at all.
By mom.
Right. Mom set her free. That's right.
That's what's getting me. Because if I guess we don't know if she's thought this whole time of like the plan or knew the plan or knew what she needed, that she needed all of them. But setting one free feels sus, feels like off. Which means she either didn't know what she needed or or something else.
Yeah.
I would maybe err on the side of maybe she didn't know what she needed.
Well, I feel like she'd almost have to, right? I don't know.
I'm back and forth on it because I like thinking in her shoes of like if she knew what she needed, then why would she let one go?
I don't think she knows what she needs. She's lonely and insane.
Fair.
She wants something. She thinks that machine's going to get it for her. And she's at this point, it seems like she's totally willing to kill the three of us at a chance that she's right.
Yeah.
I'm looking back at names real quick.
So, do I win the worst mom award? Rachel says, maybe.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Maybe. Mm. I don't even know.
I was gonna say if we pull it back just for like 1 second. Is there a chance that like telling I kind of want to ask them if they know about I'm not gonna say this right, the god of chaos's name, Aladamara. Would asking them if that name was around because for any reason would be good or bad, like things to do in general, like just saying names. Maybe they would be confused at worst, but I just don't know if it's a good idea to start throwing out names. Like from a like unsure if that's a thing to do in D&D.
I mean, these are not average townsfolk.
Yeah.
There's no average townsfolk at this table right now.
Is that the difference of like average townsfolk versus like
I
people
mean,
who are kind
average
of already in
townsfolk
a-
or enemies would be bad times to spill beans like that.
Okay. Okay, well then I guess I will ask them if that name was ever. I guess more so, Ílijana would maybe have heard it over the others, but if that name sounds familiar,
I don't know what it is, but my mom hates it.
the name.
Whatever it's attached to.
Has she ever said anything more than just like she hates it?
Just wrote its name and scratched the name out on 40 consecutive pages. I counted them twice to make sure it was 40 pages. 40 exactly.
Oh, that's interesting.
I guess. I think at some point I thought I was trying to find secrets or a pattern, but I think the pattern is just fucking nuts. And I'm
Seems like it.
mostly convinced I don't have the same problem, but maybe I gotta grow into it.
I don't think you have the same situation.
She must have had it pretty bad, right?
The mom?
That's what Ílijana just said.
No. I don't know much about the mom, but I'm gonna say no. Hard no. I don't think anything that has happened to her quantifies means that she should have done things to you.
I'm not saying there's a justification for the treatment. I'm just saying there may be an explanation for the treatment, and that
Oh.
there's got to be. It can't all be random.
I mean, that's fair.
Pretty sure some fucked up shit happened,
Yeah.
but
Causing fucked up shit
Fucked up shit
because
happens to a
fucked
lot
up
of
shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Still fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I have, honestly. I'm in deep rabbit hole thought about the name being scratched out thing.
Oh shit. I must have been writing. What was scratched out?
Aldemara's
name.
name over 40 pages in a journal.
The god of Empress marking out god of chaos that escaped the gem. Name over 40 times.
Oh,
yeah.
he was in the journal.
I mean, that makes some sense, right? He's like, got the job she wants.
Yeah. I must have been writing. I did not catch that. My bad.
So little small things that add context and texture.
Oh, yeah, she probably doesn't like him because he has her job. My brain was like, lover's quarrel. For, like, no reason.
I
I'm
don't know. Go ahead.
No, you go. You're good.
Is he a god? Is Aldemar a god that people know, or kind of one of the ones that like is really obscure?
He's completely forgotten now.
Because he's been in the gym.
Right.
Okay, so
He put himself in the gym, and then everyone forgot about everything that was anything Chilean, including things in the gyms.
So she didn't forget? The
It's
Empress
really
didn't
not clear what
forget?
Ilona was or wasn't affected by it. Like when this conversation, this question's been pitched a couple of times to powerful beings throughout the campaign, and like the gist is that there's something about her that didn't. Part of her forgot, and part of her didn't. And what effect would the spell have? And that all sits next to, what she actually went through. She was basically destroyed, right? Like, what did Zot do to her? Right, that's like part of it. Like, she tried to kill all life on Earth. And then the one thing that stopped her is a man who one of his like zingers was that the gods can suffer a shocking amount of pain.
Oof.
So like, what did he do to her? What were the side effects of that? You know, they had to make a new god to replace her after he was done because the earth was dying without her. And they did, but she wasn't dead. She just was deposed and still had maybe godlike abilities or powers. And so she had no portfolio. And then the spell, there's kind of a lot of dominoes on that board. And the end result of her brain is who knows.
Can I nose?
Why would you nose?
No, I mean, can I nose? Can I learn?
Someone, I mean,
If I dig, can I...
do you want to read her brain?
Wait, Ílijana?
We're talking about Ilona,
Alona.
the Empress.
Yes, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
you know about the Empress's brain?
Yes.
I don't know. How would I know that? I'm just the narrator. You're like sitting in a bar 700 miles away from her. Like,
That's fair.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, but she's also the bad guy. And as you all know, bad guys are one-dimensional in Hollice.
Yeah, none of them have baggage.
I mean, some of them have baggage that we don't have to care about, but in some cases, yeah. Súné has baggage, but also, does anyone like marching out the pity party for poor old Súné?
No. Just bring out the trash later.
No.
Doesn't matter.
So, what? What? Where does that leave us right now?
Yeah, just at a table in the bar. The way station, my favorite inn in all of fiction.
Okay, so we've got a lot of information. How is everyone doing? Are we primed for another round of drinks? Do we need to pause? A lot of stuff has been being said.
She will reconceal the dagger, and the sounds of the way station will slowly meld back into your space.
Oh, that's nice.
The din of the bar returns. She takes her other glove off now and tucks them both under her belt. Lets her hood down finally.
Oh, yeah, we're getting cozy.
Now people are sort of like noticing that there are two Æjas at the table, and people are like talking and stuff amongst themselves.
Is this a problem?
We should probably talk to Aldi.
Yeah, that's my
Sooner than
immediate
later.
thought.
Myralyn drops a tray of drinks, staring at the table, like looks absolutely shocked.
Oh no. Ah.
Hi.
I'll
This is normal.
I'll take care of this. Tag says. He starts picking the drinks off the ground. You okay, Mira? I think I need to go outside, get a little air. She starts looking at her hands on the ground.
Can I follow after her?
Sure, you can.
I want to.
She wanders outside.
Okay,
Tag was really concerned. Sees you going after her, and he like nods and
Yeah.
chooses the bar over
Yes.
Myralyn, and like carries the drinks back behind the bar.
Well, I'm going. He's fine. I'll wave him off. Be like, yeah, you take care of stuff.
What's up, Rammer?
Before Finn goes, can I cast guidance?
Sure.
As he's leaving the table, just high five. Guidance. Go.
Clinky drinky runs out.
Yeah.
All right, you run outside. Myralyn plops down next to Darren. Darren's sitting up against the bar like this.
Is he still here from the lat? Has he not moved?
I mean, you wouldn't think that's possible. Also, he definitely hasn't shaved in a couple of days.
All right. That's fine. We'll worry about that in a second.
Hey, Darren says. You doing okay, Madam Cleric? Yeah,
I just want to listen for a second, actually.
sure. I just think I've been just in this town a while, and I didn't really sleep that good last night. I'm having just time adjusting to I think the climate, it's warmer. And I saw, it's fine. It's been a day. Always is, Darren says. You ever get up every day and think, man, I suck at painting. I wonder if today's the day my mind falls out of my head? Myralyn says, "No, you okay, Darren?" "Yeah, I'm just being silly. Don't mind me. I'm gonna take a nap." "Oh, hi, Finnegan," Myralyn says.
How fun chats with Darren, I see.
I mean, it's not my first now. I'm getting to know him a little bit. I do. She pokes his face. "I do worry about him," she says.
Yeah. A justifiable worry.
I can only do so much. I think I'll take a walk. She stands up and brushes herself off a little bit. She's like wearing clothing that looks more. She's not in her clerical vestments right now. She's got like a hood on, but it's not her fancy hood, and she's got her holy symbol on, but otherwise she's just dressed like a peasant.
Okay. Would you like company on your walk, or
Uh,
would you prefer some space about it?
I think space is.
Totally fine either way. You just looked like you ran out.
I just thought I saw two of my boss sitting at the table with you, and that was a lot, you know? I mean, I haven't really spoken with her, of course, since I left, and I'm wondering if maybe I should have sent a missive or something. I guess I could cast Ascending, but that's kind of a lot to send to the Cannoness, you know? It's like she's kind of like a big deal, and so I might just send her a letter. But she also told me that my role is very important, and I don't know really. I have to take a walk. This is not your problem. I'm so sorry. I'll be back a little while. They'll be fine.
Circle. We can circle back around. We'll check back in with each
She's
other.
kind of like still talking to herself. Starts walking north.
I'm sorry. No.
Are you letting her go?
I'll respect her. She gave me enough. I'll respect her walk. Can we do something about Darren? Can we help Darren get back to Darren's wizard tower?
Amelia, don't kill me, Darren says. What? It's just you. Man, dreams, you know.
Go to your tower. Can I go to your tower?
Poking him. He does not respond to pokes.
We need to like make a. I'm gonna go back in and probably just be like, we need to like make a rule or something that Darren's is like needs to be cut off after X amount. Because I'm concerned.
The
I'm a little
wizard?
concerned. Yeah,
Nice.
the wizard.
What happened with Myralyn?
I don't even know how to begin. Myralyn's boss? Isn't Myralyn's boss the goddess of chaos? Or no, not chaos.
Not a goddess of anything.
Wait, what?
Her boss
She was saying
is
Ophelia.
a canoness, a person with a very high rank in a church.
Cannoness.
Canoness, yeah, that's right.
She's talking about Ophelia though. Is a boss of.
That's right. Her boss is.
religion.
That's right. You got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna just relay that and just be like, I don't even. That's all she said to me before going about her walk.
You're saying that woman that just walked out of here knows where my other sister is? Can she be trusted?
I was gonna say at least she did. I don't know how long it's been since she has been in contact with her, but
Ílijana starts trying to. She like makes the excuse me sign to Rachel, who instinctively just hops out of the chair, and Ílijana's like nodding, you sliding out, stands up and like limbers up a little bit, checks both of her blades.
wait, why? No, don't go after her though.
Someone that recognized us drops the thing and then walks out of here, and you're just gonna let her walk out? Are you crazy?
I mean, she's pretty.
She's been very trustworthy.
Yeah, we don't have any reason to doubt
But
her.
also,
It's concerning for
Yes.
sure.
Ílijana slow turns to Ramar. Please finish your thought.
but also, why this seems like something maybe we should have pressed. Why?
Ashtel says she like looks at the beer that she passed to Ílijana that she didn't touch and Ílijana barely sipped on. She like rubs temples for a minute. She looks at Rachel, says, Are you going to go wrangle that cleric? Cracks her knuckles. Or should I wrangle the cleric? Rachel looks at Ranmar for a second. Oh, the other cleric. Got it. Yeah. Okay, sure.
Oh my god.
And Rachel runs
Forgot
out
about that.
Rachel runs out the front door.
Wait, no. Oh God. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
I feel like this is more stressful than.
This is easy time. This is a down day, says the DM.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
The narrator asks, "Does the party pursue?"
If Rachel's going, I guess we're going.
Okay.
Because I'm concerned if I don't. We trust Rachel too, but like, we should all probably go if one of us is going.
Okay. The party rises and hustles out the door.
Does anybody notice us all like hauling ass out of this way station?
I mean, there's kind of a lot of you, and there's two Ayas, so people are kind of like double taking. Literally, like every time they're like, that's red hair. Whoa, what? They have this like people keep having this experience.
Can I do like a little? Can I distract for a little performance as everyone leaves? Can I just like?
Sure, give me a perform check.
Yeah, because I did so good with that earlier.
You should still have guidance.
Oh,
Not that you need it, but
you don't know.
I don't think a minute has passed.
Oh wait, a performance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not as stonking, but it's still stonking. 26.
All right, you like flash a deck of cards, and then you pull an ace of spades, and you throw it at one guy and pull it out from some other guy's head, and like stick it in someone's nose and pull it out of someone's pocket, and they're all like, "What is happening?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's just Bard shit," and then they go about it. They're like, "Yay! We forgot all about the stressful thing! Yay!"
Good. That's all I wanted.
Just Bard.
Incredible.
You
Just Bard things.
You catch up very easily to Myralyn, who didn't really walk that far. She's kind of walked to the north end of the strip, and she's just kind of standing there, like doing like math, like finger hammering math on her palm, like this. So
That's gotta be real. We're gonna all go up to her. But
Ílijana looks at Ranmar and Finnegan and be like, I'm not going to kill her.
Okay.
Unless it's clear that we have to do that.
I don't think we have
I'll
to
let
do
you
that.
know. How about
Well,
that?
she's
But
okay,
thank you for
Aya
the
says.
assurance.
We'll I feel like we are pretty confident, and we'll give you the like signal. It's like we'll give you like.
Okay, who's in the lead? Can I try to hustle to the front to catch up with Myralyn? I keep forgetting her name.
All right. Well, so you hustle to the front, Ranmar. As you do so, it's very obvious to you that she casts sending message. It's called in this edition. She casts the spell that sends a message and gets one back.
Right, yeah, sending. Okay.
She casts that. And it's
Can I
quiet for a
hear
moment.
anything that she said that went out?
Do you speak Celestial?
Good lad.
Do I?
Do you have a language left over?
I have one left.
Would you like it to be Celestial?
Amazing.
Didn't realize you
Does that
had
help?
that wild card, you sneaky fucker.
You told me to hold on to it.
I sure did, and I forgot about it.
Amazing.
Do I, group, do I want to burn it on this? Is this the moment that I learned my last language that I knew
What?
all along?
What else would it be used on? Do you have anything else that's
know.
been on the table that you're like, maybe this? If not, maybe now's the time. But wait, can you
Let me
learn
let me
more
move my cat
languages?
and make sure I. What? One more time, sorry.
Can you learn? Can you move? Can you learn more languages? Like
I
you're saying,
was-
you're burn.
I was working on learning the shill language. I don't know at what point I'm at on that one, but I had just one more freebie from being a sage background.
The shill language is not
Oh.
going to take a slot from your background. That's something you're earning. That
Okay.
doesn't count. So you have
That was
that.
my question.
You have the sage slot. You can burn it at
Okay.
your will right now on this language.
But it's you can still learn languages. This is just a like you have it now.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, like I knew it the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Celestials are pretty big baddies, right? Like it might not be bad to speak their
That's
language.
like the language of your boss, frankly. Virgin.
Wait, wouldn't you already know some if that's the language of Virgin?
He speaks to you in
He
in
can.
Dwarvish in common, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Celestial. Have
Okay.
known it
Love
whole
that.
time.
Amazing.
Well, then what she says is, Your Holiness, I've borne witness to something odd. 2 women that look exactly like you.
Oh,
How shall I proceed?
God, don't send that. Don't send that. Did she already send it? Don't send that.
Hmm?
Oh, okay.
Her eyes open up. They open wide at first, but then she looks convicted. And she turns around and seems a little bit surprised to see you. Oh,
Hi.
Claire Grammer.
Hello. I have some answers that you probably want, and you probably have some that we want. Great.
That sounded
I
so
love it.
menacing.
I love it.
It's
Great.
like fucking mafia talk right there. Great.
No, that's not.
I know.
For me,
But
I
it's
have
the
stuff
most
for
mafia
you.
I've ever heard Ranmar be. You got something I want. I got something you want. Let's do
That's
business.
not what I meant. This was not supposed to be menacing.
It's okay. I was just giving. It was my time to give Ranmar shit. I haven't given you shit all night.
That's, you know what?
Got a
You
quote out of
might
Phil.
have already, and I'm suspicious of it.
I've been
See how it plays out.
I've been beating on NPCs all evening. What do you mean?
I'm not giving you the idea if you didn't already have it.
Good.
So right. So we know who these 2 are. And you seem to recognize them. Presumably because you knew somebody who looks just like them.
She nods slowly.
Couldn't help but overhear you were reaching out to what sounded like your boss about it. And I hope you got a good response and not a bad one, ?
I have additional orders to my first mission here.
I don't like that.
That does sound a little
That's ominous.
alarming. That's
That's the ominous.
that's the ominous.
So
part.
what's your new mission? Rachel says as she cutely steps between Myralyn and Æja. I must protect these 2 women with my life.
Oh, that's
She says.
good.
Is it? That sounds stressful, Myralyn says. This whole place is stressful, honestly. We get used to it. Aren't you used to it, Ranmar? Rachel says.
Yeah.
Perfect. Of
Everything's
course.
fucking stressful. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
It's like we've been beaten to hell and back again.
This made me very happy in my heart.
everything's stressful. Okay. So, well, that's good. What now? Well,
Okay, well, we thought it was going to be
Great.
bad, so we're all
yeah,
caught up here.
that's unfortunate you've been tasked with that, but a good instead of an alarm, I guess.
Aren't we also kind of
Question mark.
tasked with that too? So we're kind of working on the same
Yeah,
team.
but that's also unfortunate.
Yeah. At least we're in it together, though. Truthfully.
That's true. That's
Truthfully.
true. Myralyn didn't sign up for this.
No.
Great.
Wait, does that mean the boss is...
Uh,
Oh.
huh?
Can I ask Mary, do you like your boss?
What?
I'm just curious.
She's the High Cannoness of my order?
Yeah, but do you like her?
I don't know. She's just so cool.
I guess that's still also that answered it a little bit more. But do you trust her?
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. I don't know her personally. She's the High Cannoness of my order. Do you know the High Cannoness and priest of your order? She says to Ranmar.
Okay.
He's a dick, says the DM.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Who is a
High Priest Stouthammer. He's a right bastard. He expects results. He expects order. He expects things to be operational. He's a High Priest of Moradin. Ship shape, tip top. Make it happen yesterday because it's already too slow. Why did I have to tell you to get this done? You're embarrassing.
Who?
Great. So
He's also in charge
Sounds
of
like
you.
Jim.
You haven't talked to him in a while, and I think maybe you're probably happy about that. You're an academic, so he gives you a bit more leash than most other people. But it's like it's not kind leash. It's a
see, I feel like this is something maybe I should have known about earlier, but it just would have been another thing to stress over.
That's right. That's why I helped. I helped.
Wait, who's your guy we usually talk to? Moon.
Vergadine is an
Vergadine.
angel, basically.
I was gonna say, what is Vergadine to Cannoness? Like, what's the?
They have no connection at all. Vergadine is a planetar, so like high in the order of celestial beings, and the Cannoness is just like the president of the Súné church.
Okay.
But the Pope, she's the Pope.
Okay.
Okay. So my guy's an asshole,
Okay.
but
Oh, no.
Not the Pope
don't talk-
of cuddles and love, which is what ostensibly the Cannoness is, right? She's the Cannoness of Súné.
yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
But I don't talk to that guy very much, so it's fine.
A couple times in your life. I mean, the only time it really would have mattered, Vergadine was there, and he's actually the one that like gave you your powers and stuff. And so, interestingly enough, High Priest is not quite as powerful as a planetar, but they still speak to one another as peers. So that's kind of like where the lines blur in terms of how high levels can get on the planet versus like these extraplanar beings. So safe to say that the Cannoness is probably also, now that you know who she is, she's going to be older than High Priest Stouthammer. So like she's had more time on the planet.
Wait, how do we know that?
Ophelia was set free a couple hundred years ago or so.
Oh, do we know that? I don't know.
That came out at some point.
Okay.
It's okay. It's been a while, so don't worry.
I put something.
The exact number is not important. She's a couple centuries old for sure.
Okay.
I
And my guy's just a guy.
I mean, he's a very powerful
Really
old dwarf.
probably wouldn't-
But
But like, they don't live that long.
dwarves live a long time. I mean, he's probably like 90.
Oh.
But for 90, he's like a little older than me, like a 50-something-year-old dude, kind of. In terms of his physique
Right,
and life expectancy.
Okay, I don't remember where my logic was taking me, but okay. But why does this? Is this just to say that Ophelia is more powerful than he would be? I don't know why we got here.
I guess it's not really important, but yeah, I'm just trying to help you all sort of understand like where each of them are at and what they mean, what they can do. Like the question keeps coming up, like who's boss and what is Vergadine compared to other people, and that was a concrete moment I was able to give sort of like a in-universe example. Maybe I was hoping it would help people understand. Maybe it was a bad example. Don't worry about it.
I'm just trying to follow, and we're throwing more names in that I didn't understand how to connect. Sorry.
Stouthammer, dwarf in charge of cleric in charge of clerics in dwarf time. That's really all I got to know about him.
Great.
And he's kind of mean.
Okay. Great. Okay. So,
I I have concerns.
I guess I'll. Oh, what?
Oh, I just have. I'm feeling mad sus about one of the sister that was let go by mom to be super high in charge type situation over super compassion. Like, how did we get there?
Yeah.
She
like,
escaped,
is
says
this
the
deep
narrator.
cover?
Yeah, but yeah.
No one knows where Ophelia is. That's what Ílijana told you.
But is that
Except
by the Empress's design? Is she a
exactly.
double agent?
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's my sussy fear.
Why would Myralyn be charged to protect them unless they're all needed to be alive for the final spell?
That's why,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, that's the she's like.
But would
keep 'em
Ophelia
alive.
want herself to be destroyed for her mom?
I don't know. How long did her mom have to work on her?
Yeah. That's
Might be worth
What
finding
if she
someone.
doesn't know what the plan is?
she's
Just
only
that-
let in a little bit.
Yeah. What if she doesn't know?
Well, shit. Maybe you want to find someone to talk to, ask some questions of who would know.
Myralyn? Question mark.
She does not know, as you've just found out.
She just
Can we
she
go
just thinks her
talk?
boss is cool.
Can we go talk to her? Can you like do a what is it like a like ask for a court?
What?
Ask for a like I don't know what they're called.
You want to speak with the High Cannoness of Súné?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I think you're really great people, and you do some cool things. But I'm going to ask a question that's going to sound super rude, and I just want you to understand I don't mean it that way, but that's literally what I will be asked.
Okay.
Who are you?
I think very important people. I don't know how to explain how important we are.
If you were important, she'd be calling you. You're right, Rachel says.
right.
That does sound rude. I'm sorry. I told you.
Are we gonna like save
Do
the
we-
world, TM?
wait.
Aren't we important?
Yes, and yes, says the narrator.
Does zoom for a second? Didn't we took Myralyn somewhere? Like she knows about the Sable artifacts because she was at the vault with the rude asshole.
Zot.
So she knows Zot. So she knows about the wardens and the artifacts and the bastards.
Mhm.
So, okay, just checking before I say this. Zoom back in. I feel like if I forgot the title, but your boss, she probably, if she knows who these two also are, she probably knows who the wardens are. So that's probably a nice little foot in the door.
Yeah. Also, if you're tasked to protect them, we're also kind of protecting them.
That's convenient. But you like leave town all the time, Myralyn says.
Not by choice.
Well, I also have to do this not by choice, Myralyn says. I'm just the muscle. You get it. She looks at Ashtel. Ashtel's like,
Shrugs.
No,
just the muscle.
not just. You happen to have muscle, but you're not just
I, says
It's just a
Ashtel,
convenience.
happen to have a lot of muscle. Thank you.
You have so much muscle,
Basically made
but
of muscles.
you're not just muscle. That's the point.
I mean, it'd be cool if I was, but yeah, I've done everything I can to get there. It's really hard. After a while, push-ups just get boring.
I probably.
What's it like, Rachel says to Ashtel? What? To have to exercise? Oh, shut up.
Oh my god. Is Rachel also
was rude.
ripped?
Yes, actually. She's not like bulk.
Let me
but
just
she's like
let me just look at my -1 strength real quick.
gymnast solid looking.
So glad I got you.
The deadpan delivery. Let me look at my -1 strength real quick.
Myralyn is not buff. Chat. Hi, chat.
Are we high chatting?
Yeah, the credits can roll. It's like 20.
Oh, hi chat.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Hello, chat.
I like ending on that. That's a good thing we did.
It's nice to
Everybody's just flexing.
humanoids and bring it back. I mean, Rachel wouldn't hesitate for a moment to flex. Neither would Ashton.
Amazing.
I would probably do it. Ílijana would be weirded out and would not do it. Myralyn would not do it. Would Esprey flex? I think no. Right?
It's Murray.
Is Esprey flexing her muscles, showing off her buffness? No. Okay. There you go.
Ranmar's flexing the noggin.
No.
Wait, are you as Ranmar buff?
Buff enough. Ramar's like more or less
A
a
solid average.
midline fighter. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, average
Yeah.
for a hero is better than a peasant.
Yeah, but I do have a 10.
Yep.
Does my -1
So-
mean I'm more buff than a peasant, or I'm? Okay. Okay. Everything's fine.
Finnegan's -1 is special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels that way.
That's fucked up.
I'm so grateful.
Peasants don't really work on the exact same scale. Like in some sense, it's kind of like they're basically strength 8 on average. Like that's what you can expect for a peasant.
Okay.
But like also, peasants can absolutely pick up boxes and stuff that Finnegan has no hope to pick up.
Great.
But you're so small.
That's true. I'll come in handy.
It's
I come in
like-
handy in other ways.
It's like an ant. On their scale, they're very strong.
Oh, you're right. That makes me feel so much better, actually. Thank you. That's very nice.
It's just a big world.
It's
is
just
all.
a big word for a little guy. Is all.
Echo. I have to actually admit to you, Echo, I haven't given much thought to Myralyn's physique at all. I can like see her face and I know kind of the things she wears, but that was like the end of it. So I don't know. I mean, I could just roll. I usually roll dice to determine like, you know, what
Is she
what they should look
buff?
like and stuff.
Feels
But
like a
I
fun
feel like she
game
can't
show.
be buff because everyone's kind of buff. Like some people have to not be. Like she's spent all her whole life studying, and there's some level of fitness expert. She has to be like in good shape. But like
Okay.
there are runners that are not like made of muscle, right?
Toned, not buff.
And maybe toned. I
Okay.
don't know. Again, she's not like she was ever going for like a physical look. She's just like has to be healthy enough to like, you know,
Do things.
yeah, be
Okay.
able to run around and lift and carry her backpack and stuff. I mean, the
Travel
thing
to
that,
towns to recruit people.
yeah, I mean, the thing about the Middle Ages is that if you were able-bodied, you were doing physical labor a lot more than we do nowadays. Like if I didn't work out all the time, I would and was much like larger and softer and had a hard time moving around because I don't have a job that demands that of me, and that's a harder thing. In the medieval era, everyone's doing something physical all the time. You're always carrying stuff and walking around and walking everywhere. No bicycles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she said she meant that oh, I'm sorry, Echo. Yeah, she meant that metaphorically. Like her boss says, do this, and she's like, okay. And she doesn't get to ask why. She's like, she's not the kind of character to question authority. Does that help? Like she
A little
her
bit,
boss. I mean, she came all this way to like find and protect Tag and convince him to join their religion because she was told to.
And magic can be muscle.
Yeah, absolutely. As we all know, Ramar used lots of magic and was literally used as a weapon, which means strength is involved.
We can stop talking about that.
Used as a weapon
It
against
happened one time.
one of the strongest members of the party.
Happened one time.
It was amazing.
But I became Blender and redeemed myself later. So
True.
there's that.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, yeah.
And then you summoned everyone's favorite temporary Lantern Archon. Like
I haven't seen Shorty in so long.
I know, I had to summon. I mean, Shorty's doing great. He's here right now, but yeah, Shorty in armor has not had to. You haven't had to summon that level of power in conflict in some time.
Yeah.
Shorty buff.
I mean, there's literally going to be an army at the gates of Hollice. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity at some point to ask for help.
I'm scared.
You're gonna be okay. I mean, so real talk. If this was the regular how things goes on, there would be several more things to crop up prior to the army arriving. However, I think just given the time frame we've had and how you're new, you just have the army and you have like a few sessions, give or take, to like try and basically hang out in town and both do things that are fun to do in town and also like get people prepared for what's coming. Like there are people you think you can help, and there are people who probably shouldn't know the army's coming until you don't want people panicking and running away. And so, but also at the same time, you don't want them to be surprised that army's at their gates. And so figuring out how to convey to the town, there is a force of raiders coming and we are going to stand against them and we're going to do it together and then psych them up that way and then find people who will in the town who can actually help. Like Darren's job is to defend the town. He'll be an easy sell, right?
Yeah. Is this like a 2 or 3 days
Can't
ahead of
Darren
time?
just shoot like a whole crap load of fireballs at the army?
Darren will fireball the army.
I love it.
That is true. If you had another wizard, he'd give them fireball scrolls too. He has, as you remember, a lot of fireballs.
Can I ask Darren for fireballs?
Can you cast arcane scrolls?
Wait. Hold on.
I can't.
I
Can I have a scroll? Can I do fireball?
You can ask. You gotta ask the wizard.
I have fireball.
I'm gonna ask for fireball.
You've all spent time getting to know Darren. Now, I have to admit, if you all try to make a rule where he can't drink anymore, he may be less likely to give you fireball scrolls. But if you keep him happy,
Maybe we enforce that after the army.
Yeah, that's smart. I like that one. That's good.
Can we at least talk him into be able to make it home?
You gotta. We're concerned if our army rolls up at our doorstep and you're.
Well, maybe we tell him
sleeping at
about
the
the army and
bar.
be like, bro, you got to be like sober enough
You
to
gotta
not
Yeah.
burn the
sober
town
up, yeah.
down and like, be ready
You can't
for-
drink at the bar if there is no
I
bar.
mean, I feel like being able to cast like 1 million fireballs is a fair trade for not being completely shit-faced.
very, very true.
Completely shit. Oh, I haven't thought about that guy in a long time, Echo. That's on me.
he's just kind of he's like working the town basically. He has a job as a scribe, and so he like works under Noland and was technically on Ranmar's payroll. And if Ranmar summoned them, they would be there instantly. But
Didn't
Good to know.
we talk about having him transcribe magic scrolls? Is that something that can happen? I don't remember how scrolls work.
he would have needed someone who knows how to do that to train him. You all have to adventure, so no one was here to do that. And there was just no one else in town to do that. So he did learn how to write. He can write very well, and he does important work for the town. Like they do have to like make copies of stuff and copies of books. And if you have a non-magical book, he can absolutely copy it. Even if it's in a language he can't read, he can still probably render a pretty good copy of it.
Ooh.
But if you can read it, it'll be a sound copy for sure. So that's what happened to him. He got a respectable job thanks to, oh my God, Zermas basically hanging out with him and teaching him how to do that.
My boy.
Okay, so can you remind me of his name?
I was looking for it. I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. But
Oh, okay. Okay, that's okay. I will put in my notes, teach follower guide to transcribe magic scrolls. Next time we have time in town. That's on. Do I know how to do that? Can I teach him? Do I have to get somebody else to teach him?
you could. It would take you at least a few sessions of saying I do this for like an afternoon or something with the guy. But yeah, absolutely, you could do that.
Okay, but that's possible for me to do. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know if I knew how. I know I can cast with him, but Sick. Cool.
Sick. Cool. You're cool.
Wow,
your
what a,
face.
what a what a good time getting back into it. We did very good.
I think you did very
Pats on
good.
the back.
I'm pretty happy about it. No one died. We learned a lot. I think you all handled the intense stress. I don't know who that is, but that was a very intense forward look at the camera right there.
That's amazing.
I'm not going to raid them. They're like they're like front page crazy, but
They look like a vampire. They
They-
look like a real life
they're
vampire.
too charming to be a vampire. Let me see here.
Not the. Can we say not the D&D vampire? The hot vampires. I don't-
Sparkly vampires.
Sparkly vampires. Sparkly vampires. Sparkly vampires.
Wait, what is it? So many options,
Just
but
Where are you?
that's Hybrid Spider playing a game called Catizens. We gotta raid Spider because Catizens.
do it.
I don't
Oh
even
my
know
god,
what
cat
that is.
citizens. I mean, from the names.
Yeah, I believe that's what they're going for, but also
I just see tiny little
apparently
cats.
there's cats. I don't know. Hybrid's really nice, and we like Hybrid.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
Like
go there.
that.
So say we all. So say we all. Thanks
So say
everybody.
we all.
Kanan. Thanks. Echo
Do
found
it.
it. Kanan was the name of the.
Kanan.
The dude.
Thank you.
All right, friends.
Hold on, I
I'm
need to
back.
put
I
in
think Monday night. I think
Wow.
Monday. And if it's not Monday, well, there may be some surprises. Otherwise, I'll see you sometime next week. It's gonna be great. And you're great. Thanks for playing, everybody. And thanks for not burning the town down.
Yeah.
Zoom out for a while. Okay, bye.
We don't want the town to burn.
What? But I
Okay,
thought,
goodbye.
isn't that what we wanted? Zoom out. Okay, come on.
Oh,
Mhm.
bye.
It's not a
That's
crater.
what you want.
It's not a crater.
Maybe. It's hard to say.
No, it's not.
No.
Actually, no, it's not. Turns out.
Jeez.